There I am. Okay, now I've got some people. Hey, I can see you, Wilma.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. We are live. I'm now looking to see where Andrea is.
You realize that's probably going to be
That's sideways. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be paranoid now that StreamYard is going to mute me at any moment.
Hopefully not. I'm trying to work out how we shoot things around now. Oh, hi, John. Hi, Roz. We're just trying to get through and get Andrea here as well.
Oh, we're live.
We're live, and you're upside down, or sideways you are. Hi, Amy. There we are. Now move slightly to your right, just a tad. Slide your table to the right a little.
I will. I gotta.
Hey, there's Andrea.
Hi.
Yeah, there we go. So we've got quite a few people. We've got 24 here, which is lovely. So we just get everything. So hopefully you guys can see us all up right way. Wilma's on the right side up. Andrea's right side up.
Am I?
Put a card down towards it. Yep, you're right side up. So, Roz, someone's asked what do I use? I use StreamYard. But like I said, it's just getting through some of the technical stuff so where you can see us all. And yeah, you can get to see me, my fat, ugly face. But anyway, I have so many issues with our internet, and because of our really crappy internet, I'm on the computer, the desktop in the study. Behind me, you see my banners, which is just my things I used to have at the expos. Now I'm trying to see how I move I can move us all around. There you go. So what we're doing today, you got us three girls, and we're all using T cards, and we'll go through some random questions as well for people, and we've also got some stuff that we're looking at generalised around the world, or a few particular things that people we know, clients that we may have that are throwing questions for us as well. So we are having a look at what we're doing. So there's 27 people in the chat room. I just want to let people know, Wilma and Andrea, can you see the chat line? If you can't,
I can.
You can?
Yep,
Okay.
I can see it on your page. I'm on your page.
Oh, you can see it through there. Okay, Wilma, can you see the chat?
I am still sharing out. So
okay.
Minute, but
you're a good girl, because I always forget that.
Did somebody share to the Readers Row and to the Kipper group yet?
No, I didn't. Let me share it to my group. Hold on.
I can share it to those. I'll share it to those when I'm done.
I'm just trying to think. I don't even know where.
I've got it.
You got it?
I've got it. I'm just
yeah. So
I'm not.
If everybody on chat would like to share out also, that would be great. If those
that would be. There's a lot of people.
Like Sandy, Susie, can you all share out? Nancy.
Yep, share out to groups, and even on your public
Sandra.
So that's what we can do. We're grabbing questions as well at random, so it's not everyone may get through, but we will have a look and see what we can do.
But if you share out, you have a better chance of getting readings. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. There you go. Andrea's not shy about promoting.
Yeah.
She is the woman behind the promotion.
Sharing is sharing.
That's right. You know, the tea is love, and so is sharing.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'll just let the guys know because there's a lot of guys that have come through the YouTube here. Wilma and Andrea are two of my main gals out of three who run all the Facebook social media stuff for me and for Tea with Karen. And a lot of people will think that it's me on the public page that's doing all these postings and picker boxes and so on and throwing out the spreads and that. And it's actually the girls that are doing it. And you will see if you read things, they'll either say posted by Wilma, posted by Andrea, posted by Lindsay. Lindsay's not on here today. Oh, and there's my charwalla. Now, can you see that? Hang on, let me move off. Look at that shirt. You got to bob down. The man, the myth, the legend.
I love that shirt.
I wonder where he got that from.
I know, some American.
Okay.
Some American. Oh dear.
I've just made a tea.
Seeing comments on Facebook.
Fabulous. Okay. There's a lot through YouTube and I can grab those and I'll write them down. So for the YouTubers, there's a lot of YouTubers who don't go on Facebook and that's perfectly okay because it is a lot of work and a lot of time. Andrea is an independent reader and so is Wilma. I'll just tell you a little bit of the background. Andrea has, she owns, her business name is Whispering Souls, which I love it. Andrea reads tea cards, tarot cards, Lenormand cards, charms. Andrea also picks up a lot on mediumship, and I know she's going to say, don't you say that, but yeah. So I'll put down in the title afterwards the business contacts and how you can get a reading from the girls. And Wilma is also a professional reader. Wilma is charm reader, tarot reader, Lenny reader, tea card reader, Reiki, doula, and a lot of people say, what's a doula? It's a birth and death doula. You can explain that, Wilma. And again, Wilma's business name is Alternative Solutions. So last week, Wilma joined me with a lot of people will know there, Johnny, Becca and Jen Lynn on YouTube. Andrea had a prior engagement, but she's not going to get out of that in future. So we're going to throw some stuff. Now, I'll let the girls do that while I'll grab down some notes. Now, we do have some other questions, and one of the big questions that everyone's asking this year is what's going on with COVID this year? So I'm going to write down other questions, and I'll let the two girls both have a look. And the question I'm starting on with, what's going on with COVID this year? And I'm going to write down some of these other questions and things that people are putting in the chat. So I'll hand the floor over.
Okay, well, I mean, you want to go? You want me to go?
Mama T, are we doing multi-system layering tonight, or are we just...
Oh, no, I love the layers.
Okay.
Yeah, layer on layer like a Sara Lee cake.
Grab your favorite tarot, grab your favorite oracle.
Whatever goes.
What Mama T's system can do when we layer. Okay. I do have Astro Dice. I just want to start this out by saying I just got another one of those waves. Before we went live, I got a very intense wave, like premonitional wave. And I just got another.
And what was the going? What's happening? That's burden.
It just this energy. It was just pushing down. It was just it was almost like spirit, but it's not. Usually that comes through my left side, and this is coming straight down. It's just kind of throwing me off balance. It's very interesting.
Is it around a person, a place, or a thing?
I'm sorry.
Person, place, or thing? Is it feeling?
I think it's person.
Yeah. Male, female, old or young?
Male.
It's just how I do eliminations.
Male.
Male. Old or young?
Old.
Okay. I'm wondering, is it from somebody, and I'm just scanning through to see if there's somebody have got any question there around an older male. Is he passed over or in the land of the living?
Well, look at what I just got. Key child tombstone.
Oh, God.
I think this is personal.
Yeah, I was going to say key child tombstone.
I got the impression it's personal. I think I know who it is and what's going on now. I'm not sure why it's happening right now. So let's see what happens with this live.
Yeah. There would tell me, are you thinking along the lines there, loss of a pregnancy of somebody that we spoke about?
No.
Or the relationship of that person?
It is a relationship as a family member relation, passed on, looking over the younger child, which would be me.
Interesting.
I think I'm getting okay. Yeah, I don't want to too much, but I mean, Karen and Andrea know that I'm going through a rather rough time at the moment.
Yeah. I was really shocked that you could make it, and I'm so rapt that you could make it because, I know what's going on. Okay. Do you want to throw, Andrea? What do you got?
We were on a topic, and I just got.
We were, and our topic I wanted to know first is what's
about
going on with COVID. Yeah.
I wonder if that's what I got the rush about.
Well, it could be.
We got a flipper, and the flipper is the butterfly. The butterfly is social. It's about social circles, networking, large gatherings, large groups. Confirming that that's what my sensation was about, or if this is confirmed, just talking about that we're going to talk about COVID. So let's just look, this is COVID, and we'll just throw this to the side, keep it in mind, and see what happens. So let's see what's going to happen with COVID in the next, for this year.
I'm writing down questions, guys. Sorry if you're looking at my bald head.
I'm just going to move this because I'm not using this at the moment. I'm going to flip 3 T cards, and I'm going to charm. The charms is the reason why, primarily why I am not forward facing. Interesting, we have the peacock and the man here just before I throw the charms, because the man to me has a very kind of aggressive, hoity-toity, like, in control kind of feeling, ego, confidence that the peacock also embodies. So I kind of feel like these two are bouncing off of each other. And then we have the frog literally jumping, almost like impulsivity. And this is just what's coming to mind without thinking. Of course, I'm with the master tea leaf reader here. So I'm going to be a tad bit nervous, and a piece of me wants to sit down and spend time with the symbol, or spend time with the symbols, but first thing that comes out of my intuition is what I'm going to run with, and then I'm going to look at the symbols for more depth. So now going into the charms, we have the turtle, the arrow, we have a moose, and we have Pisces. Pisces is a very caring sign. It's very emotional. But with this throw, I'm not feeling a very emotional look after the community type feeling, which kind of makes me feel like this is going towards negative side of Pisces with man, in terms of just going overboard. Sorry, Pisces. I know I tend to throw you under the bus a lot. My apologies. And the moose, again, moose are big, and I don't want to say stubborn, but you don't move a moose decides. The arrow here with the frog, again, kind of feels very impulsive. I'm kind of drawing a blank, and I'm going to skip to that since we have 3 readers here, and go into that, an arrow into the frog. It literally it reminds me of kind of little, like frog legs, like, I almost want to, this sounds really stupid, but I'm going to go with it. I'm pulling up my childhood feeling of like, you know, of the guy in the Muppet movie who wanted to crucify Kermit for his frog leg. What does this have to do with COVID, you're asking? Well, I'm going to tell you. Like, everybody wants their own thing. Are you laughing? Is you laughing?
I am sorry.
It's okay. This is great. Everybody wants to do their own thing. Everybody has their own idea. The whole plot of the movie, that guy who wanted to, by the way, if you want to read key cards, this is kind of how we put it together. I hope this is scaring you. But the whole point, Mama T's like,
it's fluid.
So the whole point of the movie, if you remember the Muppet movie, the guy was trying to make a big business leap by using Kermit the Frog as his advertising campaign. He wanted to make more money. This makes sense for COVID and businesses trying to make money. And they were willing to sacrifice Kermit the Frog. Now it's making sense. Is it making sense yet? They were willing to sacrifice Kermit the Frog to sell frog's legs.
Oh,
Karen's probably ready to like kill me. Okay.
Where the hell was that come from with COVID?
But I kind of want to go down south to get some frog legs.
So who are we sacrificing?
There's a business aspect with businesses need to open, and we're being sacrificed, or people are being sacrificed in order to open businesses.
Sure.
It's going in a direction, not to get political, but it's going in a direction of people make their own choices. And I'm seeing a lot of egotistical people making their own choices rather than community choices. Read into that how you want to. The turtle is going slow. So I think some people are going to be slow or hesitant. There's going to be some hesitation. There's going to be some.
Have I lost you? She's gone frozen.
Yeah, sorry.
There you are.
The turtle also, I feel like it's bringing wisdom. It's also bringing protection. So again, in turtle, I feel like it's really important that we use PPE or things that are available to us for our protection. And the arrow, we have a jab. We literally have a shot. And the frog makes me think of the newness, the eggs, the tadpoles. How it hits the DNA, how it changes our DNA.
Stem cell treatment?
I'm not sure if they're using stem cells or if it's just. I think it's altering our genetic makeup, so it's going to change for our generation. I don't really know. I
can see that. Yeah, I can see that with a frog.
Yeah. About fertility, life cycles,
affecting that. Yep.
I think they may start working on children more also, because and I think they did start announcing that they're doing trials, the vaccine trials on children with the frog, because they're the smaller they grow. So they're going to look at the different stages that are going on. With Pisces, there is a greater good feeling. I think there's also it just looks like a lot of mingling. People want to mingle. People want to get back to mingling. I think there's going to be more of that. And Pisces with the man reminds me of spring break, which is what we have going on right now. So I think this is spring break, I think, is going to bring a lot of information, or I'm not sure. We didn't ask about a wave specifically, but I think spring break is going to tell us a lot more. And then we also have the vaccine thing going on, new trials. There's some egotistical things. I think people are playing know-it-all. Maybe I'm one of them. But we do have PPE at our access. Sorry that took so long, guys.
Andrea, background too, Andrea is a nurse, or former nurse, we say. Retired nurse. But you may know on the medical side too.
But the cards I pulled also kind of go hand in hand with Wilma's. I got the book, The Monkey and Tornado, and I think what she was saying, well, part of it is that, especially with spring break, the tornado to me is showing that, okay, things may seem a little calmer right now, but I think we're going to be hit with another wave of this. And I don't think people are much prepared for this right now, because we got the book here showing more research and more studies are being done, and things are going to start to open up, and we're going to be aware of. But right now, because the monkey's not facing that, I don't think we're aware of what's going to happen next. I think we're going to get another wave. COVID's not ending yet. I don't think COVID's going to end anytime soon. I think this is something that we're going to have to adapt to instead of COVID adapting to us. It's just the way life is going to be, I think, for a while now. I say a couple of years. I don't say anytime soon. So my task.
Do you reckon with that monkey there, literally who's the manipulating shitheads? Sorry, I'm Aussie, I swear.
Yeah.
Which is going on to cause this?
Absolutely. I think this is also a power thing too. And I also think, I mean, don't get me wrong, COVID is definitely real, but I think a lot of it makes it easier for more people to have power, especially our government. It's just more power and things, more control. But as of COVID itself and not getting into political aspect, this is not going anywhere anytime soon. No. I don't even think we have seen the worst of it yet.
No, I don't think so either. Basically, what's the storm that's coming?
Yeah.
My God. So,
like I said, back to Kermit.
Back to Kermit, being the manipulator.
We always have a giggle about Kermit because Wilma posts random Kermit memes, pictures and that now and again. Poor old Kermit. She does. She does. Yeah, so, I'm using royalty. Hang on, there's my camera. I'm using royalty. So let's have a look. So what's going on with COVID? Hang on. Okay, what have I got? Hang on, I have to look at them in the screen. Where am I? There. I have, funny how I've got the peacock again. Where's my blasted camera? There. Hang on, there. So I've got eagle, treasure chest. I don't want to get the gloss on it. Hang on. And the peacock. So again, peacock, what is it that we are seeing on the surface? Eagles flying towards the peacock. Again, people in positions of power that are manipulating things. It's interesting the treasure chest is behind the peacock because there would tell me not just people in positions of power, but people in positions of power with a lot of money. Because treasure chest is our financials, which means there's a lot of money backing this and backing the power, but we're only being seen or shown the surface. It comes right back down to your book as well, Andrea, and where Andrea had the book showing what is it that we don't know. So it's quite interesting just to see. What's another card? I just want to have a look. What's another card? Ah, there you go. There's our longevity of it. The camel would tell me it's still literally a bumpy ride to come. So there's a lot going on behind the scenes, and there's people in power that's going to literally do it. It's interesting.
A long haul too.
Yeah, long haul. I just don't see that we're going to come out of this in a hurry. So it's a big problem. Yeah. So
peacocks.
Isn't that interesting? Out of all the cards, we've got a peacock twice, and an eagle, and the treasure chest.
Interesting.
I mean, people have been very opinionated about this topic and very
well too. But it's interesting that I'm coming up with the treasure chest, and like I said, eagle is a power card, and it usually means people in very high places and positions of power.
Right.
Yeah.
Turtle here again. The turtle holding wisdom kind of mirrors that same thing. The turtle won the race. So to me, that turtle holds a lot of wisdom. Again, there's power, there's authority, there's somebody who knows something.
I think with Channel 2, people are going to start snapping back and start really resisting things now, like rules and policies and stuff. I think more people are going to start resisting this now, and it's just going to get worse.
It would.
Yeah. No matter what side you're on, COVID fatigue is real. From all sides.
All sides.
Yeah. I've just been scribbling down a few random questions too from the thing. I've got here, we always love Maya Love, her name, or Maya Love is her name. And she's friends with a guy that she's thinking highly of and looking at relationship there. So the question is, what does he feel about her? And this is for Maya Love. So now someone's asked me, can I move screens around? So what I'm going to do, I'm just mucking around here, guys. And that way I've got Wilma in the big screen first, because there is, guys, and I'll keep moving these around. So you guys can see.
I don't think you want to move us around too much because it may interrupt the sound like it did on Wilma's video when she did YouTube.
Wilma, do you want to try something now so I can see if I can hear you?
Is Kermit?
I can hear you.
Okay, all right. Is that Kermit? I'm trying to say something. But...
So the question from Maya Love, she's really good friends with this guy and been seeing him, but what does he feel about her?
Okay. Andrew, you want to go first?
Sure.
Yep.
I'll pull. Okay. I have to be honest, I don't like these cards I'm seeing. It kind of looks like... can you see my cards?
Hang on. I'm just moving you. Yep. There we are.
I'm not, to be honest, and I'm going to say this as nice as I can with the fish and stuff. It looks like he's more on the promiscuous side, that he's not in it for the long haul with anybody. Fish is often about, going from place to place and swimming around. It's a very sexual card. So I don't see it as being a love commitment relationship. I see it more as sexual, intimate, and having his options stay open. That's what I have. And I really was hoping there would be something different, but I don't see any love. I don't see any commitment. I don't see any ring or anything to symbolize that he's ready for have that feelings of having a relationship or to really be with somebody in that way. It just seems sexual. And
what's the shadow card on the bottom?
Shadow card at the bottom is mountain.
Oh, still tough.
Yeah, so it's still challenges with him. I think it's just if she really wants, if she's looking for more from this guy, I don't think she's gonna find it. And that mountain right there symbolizes it's just gonna be keep on like challenges after challenges, and it's just gonna be more of a hassle than anything. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Yeah.
Phrasing
what do you get? What do you get, Wilma?
Just as Andrea says, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. From the Transparent Tarot by Emily Carding.
I love this deck.
The Chariot card, which by itself, it's two horses, a dark horse and a light horse.
Options, yeah.
And then the other card was the Four of Pentacles in reverse, which is incredibly stubborn. The Chariot is very stubborn. The Chariot is very driven. You're not going to stop a Chariot person. They are in it for the long haul. They are in it. They want what they want. They want their goal. That is not bad if you are the one after the goal. It is not good if you're the one in the way. With the Four, I feel like there's some sort of stubbornness here. I'm back. Hopefully that didn't cut me off too bad. I'm getting phone calls at the wazoo. And like Andrea, I've got the caution dice, and I've also got the number 3. 3 is a number of like starting to make decisions, starting to put things in place. But it's also a number of conflict. It's where the first conflicts start to arise. And with this yellow, to me, it shows caution. We have the wagon, and the wagon specifically landed on top of something. So again, the wagon is not by itself moving and fluid and going in a good direction. It's kind of a broken down wagon. It's there's something more going on to this picture. It almost feels a little codependent. Kind of tied to in some fashion, but again, there's no, and then Capricorn, there's nothing here, there's no cups, there's nothing here about love. This is just kind of
nothing with emotions,
very directional.
Yeah.
So I think, my advice to you would be to ask what you're really looking for in a relationship, and does this person practically match up to what you're looking for? because I'm not seeing that here. I'm not seeing, as a lot of people would say, equally yoked. And when I see the chariot there, that's the phrase that comes to mind, equally yoked, but I'm not seeing it in this particular poll, unfortunately.
Yeah, it seems like, especially with the cards I got, it seems like he has the personality of being very sweet, very kind, very gentle, kind of like Prince Charming, and really, but he's like that, looks like because of the fish, that's how he is with everybody. I think he has that Rico Suave personality. And I don't get me wrong, he could be completely opposite what I'm saying, but in the cards itself, if I'm going to read them, I see him as just kind of want to do his own thing. There's no commitment with him.
Okay.
Like with I'll wear masks in public, or we have that professional kind of, or that professional. Me, not so much talking about in the movie.
Yeah.
Look what I got. Hang on, I'll move me to the big
I can't
screen.
see you, Karen. You got the screen's low. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
I got you. I have to forget it.
There we are. It's interesting. Again, we've got triangle, which tells us again, take things slowly. It's caution. A triangle always is a point, which does mean things are moving, but they are usually slower and getting through complex situations. Peacock, in a relationship, peacock often is, again, somebody who looks really good. It means he's attractive and a hottie, so that's a good thing. Which tells me, though, it can be, again, someone who knows that they're attractive and they have a little bit too much ego in it. But this I find interesting, because when we talk about love and relationships, cherries there often means there is often a sweeter option, and it's usually a second option. So I'd say the old saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket with this fellow. That, yes, enjoy it while it's there, but cherries would still tell me, though, sweet love options, and they may not be necessarily him. So it's interesting how 3 different lots of cards, we're still coming up very similar.
Yeah. And both of you and I got the cherries in this one.
Yeah.
Cherries is multiple too. It could be multiple.
It is. Yeah. Cherries, you don't ever see one cherry. It's usually in 2 or more. So it does mean multiples. And again, it means look at the other options that are also around you. Yeah.
Well, what about the chariot, which chariot is options also.
That's okay. Yeah, and then you have the 3 for the triangle.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I wouldn't know, tarot, if it bit me on the bum. I'm really not good when it comes to that. So, okay. Well, I'm still writing down questions.
Okay.
So, we're going to throw this in as a question, because I know a lot of people want to know about this, is what's going to happen about travel this year? And we look at either domestic travel within the country that you're in, but also international travel. So who wants to go first?
Sure.
Yeah, so what's happening in travel in general? So, Tower.
Okay. To me, I got Heart, Grave, and Tower. I think traveling is going to open up a little bit more. I still think we're going to have isolations going on with certain restrictions and where we can go. This is more domestic and international, I think. I'm doing both at once. But I think there's going to be some kind of new beginning when it comes to traveling. Either it's new policies or new whatever it has to do. Maybe we have to have COVID tests before going anywhere, whatever it's going to be. But I think traveling is going to be a little bit more opening up, coming up soon than it has been in the past 6 months.
Yeah. What do you get, Wilma?
I'm like looking around trying to figure out what system I want to use.
You want to use?
I love it. I'm just trying to think if I have anything in particular that would be really good with travel. Oh, look at this. We have the anchor right on the cup. We have the scales, the music note, the peacock again, and the lapis.
Oh, that darn peacock.
So again, that peacock to me, for me, I go right to that ego definition, and I go right back to what people want to do, and people really do want to flaunt their feathers. And right now we are having spring break. It is, people want to get out of the bikini, bathing suit, big summer. The anchor actually makes me wonder about cruise travel because the cruises got shut down.
So many businesses in cruises have just died. They've gone broke.
Yeah. And actually, I'd be interested to look into the cruise industry in a separate question if we have time.
Yeah.
But I do hear, it's interesting, I do kind of see party charms. We've got we've got the anchor, we've got the music note, and we've got the peacocks. To me, that says party. So I think the summer is going to be busier.
Yeah.
You're going to be traveling. That anchor, while the anchor is usually slowing, I do feel like it's still a travel symbol.
Triple Moon Goddess there says you have to carry your vaccine papers in order to travel.
It looks like what Andrew was saying, like testing some red tape hang-ups. With the laptop here, excuse me, with the excuse me.
You want some water?
Isn't that what they say?
My scratchy throat. All of a sudden, with the laptop, there's still going to be a lot going on. Zoom type meetings, a lot of visiting via computer, and more movies, the release, maybe more and more things travel wise. I think this is also speaking of documents, and maybe them trying to put together some sort of online, an easier system rather than carrying papers about the airlines were trying to get the government to put in balance, but there is legalities in the scale.
Yeah. So, all right, let me have a look what I got. So, I'm just using Alice. Okay, Alice. I don't even know where I got. Hang on, I'm just looking at the back end of them. Okay, dokie. Hang on, that way. Come here. I've got dog, cane, and angel. Angel is a beautiful positive symbol, and it often means, yes, that there is light coming for us for travel. Cane would literally mean slow travel. And the dog there is often about loyalty and friendships and so on. But it's a sign too, though, is even though we may have positives and things move slowly, don't get too complacent. Because dog literally means where some people can be really, really lazy and not take necessary precautions. I'd look at these as, yes, things are changing for the better, but it will be slowly, but very, very important not for people not to be complacent. And I think that's a big thing with our travel. So we've got a question. I've got a few, and I'm just grabbing them at random here. I have Triple Moon Goddess. Now I can't quite remember your name. I know the email, the name, but I can't remember your first name. And if I say it, I don't want to get it wrong. So Triple Moon Goddess, she has a YouTube channel, and she's asking what's going on with her business for the next 3 months. So we're looking at what will transpire within the next 3 months. So who wants to grab that first?
I can do it.
Yeah. Okay. So what's going on?
Just shuffling away.
Yeah.
Okay,
so is this better for you guys in the audience where I move them around to the big screen so you guys can see all clearer? So let me know. Because it's letting me move without disconnecting. That's the beauty. Oh, Sherry, there you go. Yeah, name's Sherry. So what's happening for Sherry with the business?
Okay, what I have here is I have skull, I have bridge, and I have man. So this is what this is showing me. I think there has to be a lot of connections going on, network connections, maybe. I don't know. From your name, I'm thinking you do readings or divination or whatever.
Yes, yes.
Am I correct?
Yes.
So I think there has to be a lot of connections made. I think you'll do better if you can connect with somebody, and that'll help more of your business light. going. Does she do mediumship? Do you know, Karen? Because still, I also get. I mean, with a headspace could also be.
I'm not 100% certain. Sherry, do you do mediumship or have guides that come in?
That spell just makes me think connection with a, Passover and stuff like that. But I'm also wondering if she's going through some kind of mental, not really. I don't want to say issues because that sounds so bad.
No.
Mental issues. But I know that dealing with depression or anxiety or taking a certain medication or something that's interrupting her headspace, because this kind of looks like there's a bridge that needs to be connected to both, because it seems like the headspace is really taking effect of everything right now. So I'm wondering if that's affecting her business. Man is about being proactive and really kind of like put more action into things right now. So I think you need to be more physically present into what you're doing on YouTube or wherever your platform is. It takes a lot of hours. I mean, it really has to, but I don't know if your headspace can handle it right now.
It's funny, because I look at them cards too, and when I look at the man and the bridge, connecting the here and the future, it's almost there. Do you have a very strong male in spirit as a guide? Because male, when I look at male and then I look at soul, often they are male who's either passed over but long passed over, like ancestry, genetics, what's in the family history, because it's almost like connect to a male in spirit and the rest of the road will open up for you.
Yeah, maybe it's just something that she really has to open herself up to. Maybe that's where the headspace is. Maybe she's blocking this.
Yeah.
This could be a block too, and she just needs to really open up more and tune more.
Yeah, she's commented here. She says, yes, messages is heaven. So she brings in the mediumship, and it's talking. Where I'm going to relapse. Message, brain fog. And she says, I'm going into relapse. I'm not sure relapse what, but it's taking her energy. So
it makes sense. She needs to clear that path and try to get over that.
Yeah, it's like clear the smoke and the mirrors. Yeah.
That's what's holding her back. See how the bridge can't cross to the other side because you got that holding her back from crossing.
It is. Now, hang on, I'll move me over to here. What have I got? It's funny, I'm picking them up upside down, and when I'm on camera here, they look reversed. So you got treasure chest, cat, and bird. Treasure chest, sorry, I held them that way so it doesn't get the shine. Treasure chest there would tell me, though, good things for you, because it often means what's the most valuable commodity to you. And I look at cat there, and often a cat means it's like doubts or trust, or sometimes it's actually a female. And you've got a cat and a bird, which tells me who is the female that may not be really super good or assisting you how it should be, because it's almost like negative talk female is affecting your literally profit margin, what you do. But I'd still say treasure chest there, you are sitting on a valuable commodity. But yes, who is the female who talks? It's basically like down talk or crap talk. And I often have this, when I see a client and when I see a cat there, a cat is often about, do you trust yourself? And when you see a cat and a bird there, I would say a female, either a friend that you know, acquaintance, and sometimes it's a rival, because bird there, it's almost like insulting comments from somebody else that may be upsetting your good stuff. What's the next card?
It's interesting you said that, because I turned over my deck and I haven't done anything with it, and I have the lady card for her for the shadow card.
Isn't that interesting?
Well, I wonder if it's her that's struggling more with herself than somebody else being a struggle for her.
She's just said she doubts herself a lot. No, we're going to reach through and smack you. If I see anyone there that says they doubt, I'm going to smack you. YouTube haters, you're going to get that, though, no matter what you do. Now, your dancer there is literally going round and round in circles, but always come back to you are the precious commodity.
Yeah, let your haters be your motivators.
Yeah, it's a good saying. It is. Do you know, years ago, and the girls here will know we've known each other a very long time through Facebook groups and so on. And, you know, when I first started out, and a little bit of history, when I first started out back in 2012, 13, and I had first designed myself a deck of cards. And my deck of cards were teacups. It was a beautiful pale green thing. And I had little silhouette images popping out the tops of the teacups. And when I started using my own cards in different groups, the hate that come out, it was just unbelievable. It was like, what are these? And that's crap. And what do you think you're doing? And all these things. But my sheer gut determination was anyone who says no, I'm probably going to dig my heels in even more. And so I forged forward. I then had to create my own group of tea leaf reading cards. I never used to sell to the public. They were only done and designed for me with my clients in my tea room. And a lot of people will see my tea cards and they'll say, oh, they're just glorified Lenormand cards. They're actually not. And it took me a long, long time to pick out symbols from teacups. And I studied over the years all the symbols that applied to our teacups in our modern day lives, because Lenormand is great in its system and it's fabulous in there, and we layer with houses and so on. Tea is the same, because Lenormand cards were based on coffee symbols, tea symbols, tasseography, but then that's going to get back into a whole other debate about the history. But if people are going to try and undermine you or say you read crap or you do this or you do that, tell them to literally piss off, because do your thing and do it passionately, and you'll be surprised where it takes you. Because like I said, I had a lot of haters. I used to work in the corporate world, and I actually had a very high-paid job in corporate world, but I was getting sicker and sicker and sicker by the day from the stress load of that corporate world. And then it was just one day I pulled into the car park of my corporate world and I couldn't get out of the car. I was frozen in the car and I was crying my eyes out, and I sat there and I'm ringing husband Linus, Papa T, he's known as, and I said, I can't get out of the car. And he just turned around then and he said, well, drive back out of the car park. And so I did. And I never looked back. But again, a lot of people said, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? You're doing the wrong things. You're saying the wrong things. People don't like that you step outside the square. There's a lot of people that still see spiritual people like all of us as a bit yoo-hoo, and we're not. They do.
I beg to differ. I'm yoo-hoo.
Yeah, no, well, Andrea, yeah.
I'm a little not all there, but if you don't have a hater, then that means, if you have haters, that means you're doing something right.
What about me? I'm probably the biggest Looney Tune of the three of you.
That's true. I agree with that.
Talk about the movie and Charms.
Yeah,
I had a point. Did I not have a point?
Yeah. Okay. I've got another question here. Michelle Stack. Hi, Michelle. Lovely. I haven't seen you in a long time, darling. Michelle's actually a local Melbourne gal. Now, Andrea knows a big topic on this. I'm not sure if Wilma knows, but the topic on this here. Wants to know to quit smoking. Should she lay out all this money, because it's going to cost a huge amount of money, to do hypnosis to give up smoking? So, is it worthwhile for her to lay out all this money or alternatives on how to quit smoking? You haven't smoked again yet, Andrea, have you?
Nope, I've been smoke-free for over a year now.
Oh, how good is that? So, what's the best way? Oh, Sherry, don't let these people put you down in that thing. So I'm just saying here, they're making her feel depressed. You stand tall in your power, darling, and you tell them all to rack off.
Yeah, definitely don't let other people influence how you feel. How
No.
other people make you feel is how they feel. And they shouldn't be making other people feel that way. But you're doing something right if you have haters. You just got to ignore what people are saying. It's hard because Carol will tell you that I'm getting me on live is like pulling teeth because I am so insecure about doing readings on live.
God knows why.
But I just don't read the comments. I let Karen read them.
I have a
Yeah, no.
I
We're
have a
not giving her an option.
theory about haters, and sometimes we get all worried about our haters.
I know. I don't have any.
But
A lot.
haters often, as you want to call them,
Oh, thank
they
you.
often they hate you because they believe that you're doing something that want attention for. Or something. You're doing something that's getting attention. Basically, you must be doing something right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be jealousy too, or they just don't want you finding out something about them too. So they'd rather hate you and block the energy. I know I see people do that where they dislike other people because they don't want their energy to be read.
For me, it's motivating because
Yeah.
they believe in you. They know you, but that's why they're out there trying to help you.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be trying to stop. They didn't think that you were going to get somewhere, right? Right?
Before I'm coming to you, Michelle, but I just wanted to comment on that too, though, Sherry, is my own daughter is a tarot reader. Now, I couldn't read tarot cards to save myself. And the girls know that. I wouldn't know what's what. But my daughter is one of Melbourne's highest rated tarot card readers. And a few weeks ago, some competitor had gone on Google and caused that much strife for her by they kept reporting her, and to Google, mind you. And, to report someone to Google is pretty strong. And but we had to get through that in there. And the amount of phone calls we had back and forth to the US, it was unbelievable. And again, haters hate if you succeed. So the same thing is, do not let these people railroad you into closing down or stopping what you are loving doing. So now back to Michelle. Is it worthwhile she puts in a ton of money to give up smoking?
I'll let Wilma go first. I pulled cards already for her, but I'll let Wilma go first because she didn't go last time.
I've got charms that I pulled here, and
okay.
I may have just stirred them a little bit as I moved my mouth. I was trying to get better focus. I'm not sure. I think you need to find your own way, Michelle. Whether that's spending a lot of money or not, I think you'll figure it out. But I would try your own way first. But in finding your own way, I think, there's a zillion different ways to go about trying to quit smoking or to accomplish any goal. So this is where I would hit Google, look at the different options that are available, and pick what fits what's in tune with your lifestyle and your mind and what sparks your creativity the most. My mother was a long-term smoker, and she liked to inspire people to quit. Using that knowledge and then looking at the charms and saying, like, a lot of my friends used to say, WWWD, what would Wendy do? My mother's name. This seems fitting. My mother always used to say, when you're trying to break a habit, you need to fill it. You need to fill that hole with something else. And see the passport here with the hanger being one of my favorite charms, and the clock, tornado. I'm thinking, again, fill your soul, find your groove. I wonder with the passport about rewarding yourself. And again, with the clock, it kind of reminds me of the AA type, not really program, but the mentality of they give, you get a chip for, having a day clean, a week clean, that kind of thing. That's an old trick of, rewarding ourselves works. And so keeping track of the time, and something that helps you keep track of the time, whether it's a calendar, a pretty journal, some sort of check off list, chips, literally. reward yourself at a given time. Maybe set up a certain amount of, like a goal, and, and do different goals for yourself. And instead of sinking a lot of money into a program, maybe see how much it would cost for the program versus the rewarding for yourself. I don't know if you're into clothes and new fashion. I wonder if the hanger is literal in this sense. But the passport to me does look like literally rewarding yourself with something positive, maybe an actual travel. But it also, to me, a passport is a book that we stamp, like that scrapbook or that journal that that tracker that you would use. Now the tornado, it shows a lot of issues, but I think the tornado here is also very literal for smoke. It is on the edge of the cup. I would like to think intuitionally that on the edge of the cup, you can ping that off really easy, because the bottom of the cup is more long-term. What's going on the edge of the cup is really right there in the tip of your tongue. It's what's going on immediately. Correct me if I'm wrong, Karen. So I really feel like you can kick this to the curb. Is also in the tornado, if there's any issues, any challenges that would arise for you, feel like they would be short-term, because again, they're on that edge of the cup and can be tipped off. Technically, this isn't even in the cup anymore. It's on the saucer. So I kind of feel like you're going to be able to get through these challenges very quickly. I do like hypnosis, and hypnosis we have the clock here for hypnosis. I would try and find something cheaper and see if you can reward yourself, and then see how that goes, and then adjust accordingly. Good luck, by the way, because I think this is really important, and it's very important to believe in yourself. I believe in you, and I just want to send you a little extra love and support, and let you know that I'm holding space for you in this, for your decision and however you choose to proceed.
So basically got what Wilma got. Hypnosis is great. Yeah, it's fabulous. But the real issue here with the butterfly is only going to work short term. This is not going to be a long-term thing. It's not going to help you long-term. And to quit smoking, this is a long-term thing. So I'm with Wilma when I'm saying find an alternate route to quit smoking. I think you got to be a little bit more proactive in it. Bills with the butterfly is about transforming yourself internally, emotionally, physically, whatever it has to do to help you quit smoking. But as for hypnosis, I'm not seeing it to be something to really worth the while to really try at the moment. I know for me, what worked best for me is cold turkey. That's what I did. There was something I really wanted to do, and I had to quit smoking to do it, and that gave me the motivation, and I've been smoke-free for over a year. You have to really want and be determined and proactive to quit. Hypnosis, I don't think it's the right route, at least with the cards.
Now, I want to mention, I have seen hypnosis work really well for people in the past.
Yeah, but you have to be mentally there. I did hypnosis, but I did for something else, and it was it was short term. It's not something you really, even when you have hypnosis, it's something you really have to work on in the long term. It's constant work in it. Right. It's not some magic thing that's going to really change or alternate everything. You got to find out what that trigger is first.
There's no right way for everybody.
No, there isn't.
But my big feeling is, if you try hypnosis, go a cheaper route.
Yeah. There's something short. I mean, you could try it. Based on the cards, I think it'll be a short-term effect. I don't think it's going to have any long-term effect for it. But anybody could try it.
Yeah, I feel like there's a more DIY or a cheaper route to getting there, and I don't know. Actual hypnosis or just her own way.
Is she in America?
No, she's a Melbourne gal. She's an Aussie gal.
Because we have a man here called Chantix that actually works wonders for people to quit smoking, and it's actually also another name for it as well, Wellbutrin, and it's very helpful because it gets rid of the cravings, and that's the first step in quitting smoking, is trying to derail those cravings that you have.
That's like trying to quit food.
They say quit smoking is worse than any drug to quit.
It is, actually. It is, because And I know, and I studied this a long time ago, and they were talking about addictions with things, whether it's smokes, alcohol, other drugs, so on. The hardest is actually food, because we can go without drugs, we can go without alcohol, we can go without the cigarettes and stuff, but we can't go without food. And it is one of the hardest things ever, as you can tell. So, and look, I've carried weight my whole life. Yeah. So, mind you, even though, yes, I'm still fat now, I am nothing to what I used to be.
You're not
So,
fat. Get out of here.
but I've had to also learn acceptance of that. And that's been the hardest. So, what do I get when we look at it here? I've got lion, key, and cat. That's interesting combo, because lion here is about the strength, the courage, the stamina. The key here would tell me open up the door of opportunity and don't be afraid. And the cat here would tell me you do need literally to trust yourself, but it's often, again, cats are female friends. I actually think you can kick this in the backside yourself, similar to the girls, because you're ready. And that key, as central, is absolutely vital, because it tells me open the door. What have I got there? Triangle. Working through anything that's complex, you will get this. I actually think you've got this without all this cost of hypnosis. But don't be afraid to get the support of a friend. And there, you've got the stamina, the strength, the courage, the will to do it. But just work through what's feeling the main object. A triangle is a cautionary sign, but it's not a stop sign, which means, yes, you will get some things along the way, but you're still pointing upwards, which still tells me you are forging forward. So I hope that helps a wee bit. We've got here. Now, there's a question here. It's not one of the guys there, and it's a question we've been thinking about. There's an old house, and it was recently sold, but we're trying to work out, was it sold to a family, or was it sold to like a builder or a developer who will either renovate it crazy or bulldoze it flatlined and put townhouses on it? So we're talking about a house, and yes, that's a physical object. So was it sold to either a family or a developer? So who wants to go there?
Let's see. Tom, man, triangle.
Just commented on a couple of comments in the feed, and instead of
good, yeah,
came up as Karen. So those of you who just got replies from Karen, that would be me.
I kind of feel like with the cards I got, this was something, I wouldn't say a builder necessarily, but I think it's not necessarily family either, but I think it's somebody within the structure of a family. Because you got the cone man and you got the triangle. So I see it as being an outside party, not the builder, but not the family itself, but somebody that's kind of connected. If you know what I mean?
Like friend of a friend type person.
Kind of somebody within the same connection span.
Yeah.
I see it as somebody older because you got the pipe here. Older male.
Yep.
But the third party, the three.
Yep. So it could be like a trust.
I think it's somebody that's been sorting out the property because you got the comb there too.
So would you see that as, okay, if it's an outside person, but is it like, because I'm looking there and I'm thinking, okay, you got comb, you got man, pipe. Yeah, you can see it's an outside male.
Yeah. But I don't think it's builder, because if builder was going to show up, I think it was some kind of business car would come out.
Structure or a company.
And even the boots as a shadow card, so the boot right there is somebody that's really kind of like step forward with it.
That looks like an investment opportunity rather than a family home.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
next card I have is the child card.
Now I'm getting the question mark card, and I've got the tornado charm, the artist's brush and easel, and the passport. So see where the house has gotten a make. And see where it's changed hands and passport. But and I also see that there's been some turbulence through this whole thing. So again, I think that there's some, interestingly enough, with this paintbrush, I kind of feel like it's that old story of, if you want to sell a house, slap a coat of paint on it. And I kind of feel like almost like changing hands or changing the name of the person who owns the property, if that makes sense.
It makes sense because they have the pipe here, and I'm thinking of turning something legal or something.
Right. So
somebody
like,
that's more of a.
I've seen them do this with houses before. They sell it like within the family or within the corporation, something like that, or to another, like you said, related corporation, one of those networking type things. Hey, I got a deal for you, a favor. And then, but basically it gets a new name, and then hopefully they can sell it. They can make it look better or something under a different name, or maybe from one realtor to another. I'm not really sure. But this doesn't look like a family. It looks like more a business out
like an advisor or something, a legal attorney or something, but not necessarily builder. But I think it's somebody that the family known or the person that owned the house prior may have connections with this person.
Could do too. Okay. Can I I've just asked in the chat thing there, is for you guys that are viewing, is it better that I keep moving these around so you've got the person who's talking as a big screen, or would you rather it just sat stable? So if you guys could let us know there. Hang on, I'm just moving over to here, and I'll have a look what's going on and see what I come up with the house. Okay. What have I got? Sorry, I'm banking here. Oh, hang on, am I upside down? Yeah, I'm upside down. Hang on, that way. Bat, tower, and teacups. That's interesting because tower there comes up. Now that's funny because I've got the bat, so it tells me what is it that's hidden. Where you're coming up with, like, not exactly a builder, you've got bat here, which tells me somebody's going to radically change this. Whoever's bought it, I actually think they will do some type of developing on that, but not necessarily a big business so much. Teacups would tell me negotiations or sit down talks and chat about what they're doing. Bat is blind, which is, again, what is it that we are not seeing with it? I think they're actually going to alter the structure or the building itself. But I don't think it's a builder that's taken it. It's almost like, again, though, it sounds really strange. It's like, has the house been purchased either by a trust type company? And here in Australia, a trust type company would be, say, 2 or 3 family members form a trust, they buy into one property and then they radically change it, sit on it for a few years, and then they resell. And there it's almost like, I don't think it's just one person. I actually think there's a couple of people involved, but they're not showing their full hand of what it is.
Well, I was going to say, I wonder if it's a real estate agent that actually bought it itself for an investment for them, and they're going to rebuild on it.
Could do too. Lion, again, would still tell me, though, strength, protective, masculine energy. Yeah. I don't think it's a family. It's not coming up anything there that would tell me it's a family. Yeah. So now, what have I got here? Yes, I'm just going through. What have I got? What have I got? I've got a couple of questions there. Linda Thompson has a twin brother, and he's questioning about his own psychic ability, and she wants to know, is there any messages from her dad in spirit? So it's almost like, okay, is the psychic ability coming either from your father's side, or what's your messages from dad trying to tell you and your brother? So it's a twin.
That sounds like a Matt question.
That's like a Matt question.
Yeah. Yeah, I've only got my cards here.
I only have my cards. Wilma,
I
you
have-
ready, Matt?
Right.
Wilma comes prepared.
Yeah,
We
I can't
love
believe
you.
what I'm here. Yeah, the reason you're all seeing my face today is because we have really, really shocking, unstable internet. And the only way I can guarantee my internet is with the computer that actually plugs into the wall through the network instead of Wi-Fi. And that's why you're getting to see me today, which I really don't like people seeing me.
Well, they're seeing you.
I'm camera shy.
Whoops. You're not camera shy.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
trying to get I'm trying to get this as centered as I can.
Yeah. What's the clip that's in your window? You got a clip and a tag that I can see in the top of your. Yeah.
It's actually
just holding it.
my
Okay.
camera and my light setup.
Okay.
And that shadow right there is the camera, the light.
Oh, that's all right. No, that's fine.
Well, no, that actually works a little better because I was getting that shadow and I was wondering if I could fix it.
Yeah.
But
Can you move that white charger thing up? The one that's hanging down? The white cable?
there it is. Yep.
Yep.
Wow,
There.
I kind of jangled there, didn't I? Move things. I get out one mat and I just move everything. Okay. Now Karen is the master at this mat. So I'm going to ask for your input. But
Oh my God.
we can all chime in on this one. We can do this as a collective. And if there's anybody in the comments who wants to join in, this is a great way to learn this mat.
It is.
Okay, so can we go over that question one more time since I did all this?
What? She's got a twin brother. This is Linda Thompson. She's got a twin brother, and he's questioning his own psychic ability. And is there any messages from the dad in spirit because he's passed over? So it's like looking at two questions. So let's just go to what are the messages from dad in spirit? And this mat's perfect for people who've passed over.
Is this why I was feeling wonky at the beginning of the session?
Oh, yeah. All right. Okay.
So, Linda Thompson, what messages is from her father in spirit?
I can definitely say that the room just closed in, and you know that feeling. I don't know. This is definitely something that blind people know about. If you stand close to a wall like a bat, you'll notice the echo. Feel the echo or notice the echo when you're close to a wall? Anybody?
Yeah. So I'm wondering if you're picking up maybe the father was claustrophobic or something.
I'm feeling that right now. Like I can feel like, and so it's like I get that same feeling when there's somebody standing near me, and it's like they're standing near me but not touching me, and it's a very strong energy.
Karen, is she on YouTube? Because I can't see YouTube.
No, yeah, she is on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't see this. It rolled off my screen. But there is a sun, a moon, a bat, and a book.
Put it on screen. Move it on screen if you. Oh, you mean the four corners? Yes.
Yeah. So, like here in the top corner here, here's the moon. Those have significance as well. As I scattered the charms, one of the charms actually landed directly on. I thought it was going to roll off the table, and before I could guard it, it stopped by itself on the book. It would be the green number 5. 5 is now Karen again is more about numerology, but 5 is often speaking of the literal human body and the book. So and with that together, it reminds me of that symbol of the man within the wheel. And I'm not really familiar with exactly what that all means. Maybe
5 is the heart. It's the center of the grid, and it often comes down to changes. Like I'm a life path number 5. 5's often, like me, can't sit still, really struggle. But it's the center of the grid, which means an even distribution of all the other numbers if you're looking at numerology.
Yeah, I feel like the green 5 on the book feels like you need to study. You need multiple. Actually, says go study multiple systems right away. But I do get the impression that either needs to study multiple.
Okay, hang on. Yeah, Linda's just commented because she's in YouTube. She says she's looking from the father's point of view to her twin brother. So it's again, what's the message from the late father to her twin brother who's questioning his psychic ability?
Oh,
so
right.
like messages, not just to her, but it's around messages from the father in spirit to the twin brother.
Karen, do you know if her father had like Alzheimer's or something? Because immediately I seen in her charms like sundown and something like sundown, which is a term we use in the medical, where somebody has Alzheimer's, with confusion and memory loss or something. I was just curious.
Linda, I'll see a comment on that, but yeah, go on, Wilma. What else?
I'm getting the impression that, in terms of his own abilities, I'm getting the impression that there's a direct message saying that he should not be doubting his abilities and he should be studying. That's just the first thing that comes to mind. But in terms of the message from his father, you've got the lotus on the ring, which is, a symbol of peace and love and unity. And then again, the ring is unity. So it's almost like we're all connected. We'll all be here. We've got the angel on 5, again, the number 5. But again, the angel in a spirit reading says to me, again, I'm with you. I'm protecting you. I'm listening. You have the needle on the pipe. With the pipe, again, you're talking about an older male.
No Alzheimer's. There was no.
I'm sorry?
There was no Alzheimer's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The needle on the pipe, is. I'm actually confused by that one, other than knowing that the pipe is the older male. So I'm going to skip over that for a second. The moose on the number 8. I feel like there's. It almost, again, I feel like there's in moose. I feel like there's, I get tracks.
Yeah, it's really, hang on a sec, it's really confusing because she's changed the question there. She's saying the question's got confused. There is no psychic ability, but yet that's what was up in the question. So really, yeah, what's the father saying to, twin brother?
Yeah. I mean, and I feel like he's around, and there's like, it's almost like there's an infinity, like he's walking around. But he's definitely there, and they're all connected. I'm getting that strong here. The needle, I'm not really getting. I'm just going to skip on that because I'm not really picking anything up. I'm trying to drawing a blank.
Yeah, I just want to ask Linda a question. Linda, did father die after a surgery? So, keep going.
There's also, you've got the scales near the bell. So he's trying to say something. There's something about balance, legalities, maybe balancing time. I'm more than happy to have you girls chime in. You've got the kangaroo on 9. So to me, the kangaroo is like, it's almost like a quick journey. It was almost like, and they carry their young in the pouch. So for me, I feel like I still get the impression it's almost like I missed you, the journey. I didn't get enough time with you. The leap journey was too short, kind of thing. I mean, who doesn't want more time with their
Karen? Karen Jensen's made a comment there. Needle on pipe, literally as trying to make a point. Someone like trying to poke it into you.
Which makes really a lot of sense, and I agree with Karen with Jensen, because the pipe here, it seems like the father is coming to him and trying to give him advice or motivation or whatever it is. And I think it's psychically. I know Linda says there's no psychic ability with a brother, but I'm kind of questioning if there is. I'm thinking that maybe the brother may have some premonitions or visions of the father or dreams of the father, because that moon right there makes me feel like the father visited him in a dream. And also the moon makes me feel like there's kind of depression going on and the father's there helping him through it.
When I'm seeing like lotus on ring as well, literally lotus grows through all the most adverse conditions it can. And ring again is continue your path. You are extremely valuable and worthwhile. And where you're coming into, though, okay, is he feeling down? Is he feeling depressed? Or is he feeling lonely? And so on. There would still tell me a father, literally in spirit, is pulling him through some of the most difficult times of his life. The kangaroo itself is again very nurturing. With again, like literally think of the pouch. 9 is a carer number, so the ones that want to wrap their arms around you. So they're interesting charms.
I'm wondering if the brother's having some kind of regrets, because I'm feeling regret here, and some of the charms are making me regret. So I'm wondering if the brother did say goodbye to him, and maybe Linda did say goodbye when the father was passing away. Maybe there's some regrets or relationship regrets going on.
He had a heart attack at 93 and passed, and she said they were very close. So what did you get, Andrea?
It happened very quick.
Yeah, very quick. I wonder if the brother's having some good regrets in not being there, even though they were very close. Because I'm seeing a lot of regrets in there, a lot of sadness or not being there. It's like unexpected, like the heart attack. I mean, you said the heart attack, so I think the brother. It looks like the brother's struggling more, and the father's there to help him. I definitely see the father's present. Angel right there is showing the father's right there. And I think he gets a lot of messages and guidance through his dreams, just with the moon.
I think the moose here, the moose keeps coming back to me as a very strong symbol of like the father is very present, keeps coming around, keeps around, and almost like pacing. Pacing, not only from the infinity motion of the 8, but also the moose in its tracks. So that may be where Andrea was saying, that she feels like, he is picking something up. I think oftentimes, when people are strong, they're trying really hard. We miss those signals because, things, it's a soft voice. So we really need to pay attention. But
she said her brother, he's got no regrets, but she says the brother wasn't there. So when he passed. And sometimes we can't be there, especially if you live far away or in another state.
Well, when I meant regrets, that could have been like a regret not being there to say goodbye or being there by his side when he passed away. Or
you can't do that when it's a heart attack. It's not like
unexpected. Yeah, it happens so quick. It just really turns your life upside down. Absolutely. No preparation or anything.
No. What do you get, Andrea? Any messages from the father?
I pull cards. I don't have any my charms or anything. I came just basic, Andrea.
Yeah.
Let's see what we have.
I'm also getting that very familiar pushy energy from a father, like, do your homework, do your things, do what you're supposed to do. Not in a bad way, but in a good way. Like, stay on it.
Interesting. I got the hat, which again brings me back to the pipe. This seemed like a man that was really intelligent, somebody that had good advice for his children, somebody that had good guidance for the children. I also see Linda as being more of the caretaker and guidance right now. This kind of looks the eye. There's the psychic ability. I really think that the brother has some kind of intuition, ability going on. But I also think the father's right there still guiding him. He was there in his present life, guiding him, advising him, and doing the same. Passed away.
Your light's really bright, Andrea. Is it? Is it one of those? Too dark. No, that's good. I can see them now. Can everyone else? No, too bright. Take it back. Yeah.
I wonder if it's a black mat because the other mat I had.
Oh, there it is. Perfect. No, it's gone again. It must be just autofocus.
If you go with the natural light, I think
I'll change the mat.
Yeah. So you still got hat.
The alarm clock's right there too. So again, into the night, the father comes. I think he watches over the son into the night. I still feel like maybe her brother's having some issues going on, and that's why the father's there much more. It seems like a lot of I don't want to say anything offensive, but I don't know if he's struggling, the brother's struggling mentally or emotionally right now, but I think it seems like the father is there to guide him through a situation that's going on.
Yeah, she didn't get. She said her brother had left, but he didn't get back in time. So,
Oh,
but
that could be
don't
the regret right there. Yeah, feeling
look at that
lean.
as a regret, though,
Yeah,
because life throws that curveball, and a heart
it
attack
does.
hasn't got an option at
Well,
all.
well, that you just never know. For instance, my
Yeah,
father, I was with him for hours and hours by his side. He at home dying while he died, and as soon as I shut my eyes to go to sleep for 10 minutes, he passed away. Took his last breath when I fell asleep. You just
it's
can't
like
plan these things.
no, you can't. But it's
They
also
plan it.
you.
I still
They
say, being
know,
a hospice nurse, that everybody plans how they come into this world and how they leave this world.
and he probably didn't want you present when
No,
he. Yeah. So, and my father passed. Oh gosh, it'll be 18 years this year, and I'm born and raised in Tasmania. So, and everyone says we have two heads, so we don't have two heads. But there was 5 of us children and my mother. But I lost a brother 31 years ago, and so there was the 4 of us children. And my eldest living brother he hates hospitals. He's one of these parts, can't have the hospitals, hates needles, hates blood, all these sorts of things, and that's just him. And my father had to have emergency surgery, and he never came out of the surgery fully. He was on breathing apparatus and all the monitors and that. And it was just like, no, I'm going. And I had to get down there. I had to fly, so I was lucky I got down there. And then it was like my father just would not go until all of us were present, even though he was in that unconscious state of mind. And then I'm ringing my brother and begging him during the middle of the night, you have to be here. You won't go unless you are here. And then at 4 o'clock in the morning, I hear my brother's footsteps coming up the hallway, and I knew it was him. And within 10 minutes, 20 minutes, it was like, okay, we're all present now. And Dad went. So
you just never know.
they know.
Yep.
Linda says, she says, my original question was, my brother didn't believe in psychics, and she was
Oh,
wondering if there was a message. That's really interesting. For him as a non-believer, he's coming up where there's a lot of visitation through to him.
yeah.
And he may be saying, oh, I don't believe in this, because he's in denial.
Yeah, I think he's probably blocking the messages from the
That's
father.
why Dad's trying so hard, and that's why I was getting the green 5 on the book, saying you need to study.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
also the drawing and the closing in of the walls was literally, I am boxing you in. You have to see this. You have to feel it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's very interesting. Yeah.
Because
So,
the bridge is the shadow card, so there's a connection there.
Yeah.
I
mean,
what have I, whoops, what have I got?
people passing, I absolutely agree. They know or choose their time, and they will often, again, death doula.
Look what they got.
When people feel bad when they're not in the room, that's, it's a gift to be with somebody, but it's often a gift not to be.
Absolutely.
That's a gift that they grant you, that they don't want you to have that last memory.
Yeah.
Isn't this interesting? We've got, because Cain is a father card, Rose is a mother card. We have father as central, but we've got heart, which is love, and then we've got, and I would even still look at those and say, yes, Father, that you love dearly, he loved dearly in spirit. But then we've got the key here, tells me it's like Father is really wanting him to open up his mind, open up his emotions. I agree with the girls. It's like Father is actually giving your brother messages, but it's like he's poo-pooing it all, thinking, no, don't be stupid, don't be daft. What's my photo? Tent. Trying to envelop him with love. So there's something going on there, and your brother, I would look at that and say he is really in denial. Yeah, because there would still tell me that the tent is like a warm blanket of love that is wrapped around.
I won't use the word.
Yeah, that's interesting. There was another random question. I've still got a whole heap. Now, this is about a particular lady who has a very tricky family situation. There is the lady and a brother, and she has, there was a mother and a father. The father had actually passed when she was a child, and the brother and her have been estranged for like 35 years. And there's been some threats for her. And the lawyers, because the mother passed last year, but the lawyers are a little concerned about her safety from this evil brother. God, it sounds like the evil stepsisters, but no, they're not. So what does she need to know about this situation? And we're using some of these general curly type questions. Some of them may be fake, some not, but it's to show you how we get to the bottom of these type of questions. So what does she need to know about a sticky family situation and an estranged brother of 35 years?
Okay.
Just got the Jeopardy theme song music.
Okay, I got pipe from one of my cards, so I'm thinking that she needs to take advice from somebody that's more. Did you say this is a legal thing that she said mentioned something?
Legal.
So I'm thinking she needs to take that advice because we got the pipe here, and that's somebody that you look up to, somebody that you have to really try to say here. Sorry, I'm getting thrown off here because my dog's trying to jump on me. I don't see danger per se, but I see that she really has to take caution and really kind of. I think she needs to be careful. I'm not seeing danger though. I'm just not. But I do see communication going, so I don't know if she's being contacted.
That could be all the legal paperwork. Backstory for those that may not know, and I haven't actually spoke to you guys. A few weeks ago, a car pulled up in this lady's driveway at night time, and this lady has security cameras everywhere. And so we were chatting, and she said, there's a big black car that's sitting in my driveway, and there's a lady sitting in that car, and the lady sat in that car for 10 minutes before she got out of the car. And when she did, she actually put a letter in the lady's letterbox.
Oh.
So when and she thought it was really creepy. But this lady, I reckon she pulled up and realised that there was cameras on the car, and it was like, what's going on here?
With the ring, is this? I wonder, not to get too personal, but is this a spouse of the sibling?
No, it wasn't. Yeah.
Interesting.
She
definitely needs to keep her distance because you got the right here, you got the bridge here, so it looks like keeping your distance. And I think the brother's gonna try to entice her a little bit because you got the XL. Try to be like sweet and sassy a little bit, but I definitely think she has to keep her distance.
Yeah.
And really follow advice of somebody that's professional, somebody that has knowledge or wisdom on the situation that she's talking to or dealing with.
Yeah, Wilma's doing charms. What do you got there? Is that the first piece?
Well, I'm trying to plug in my phone, but the phone cord threw the dice. Literally threw the dice off the off my what do I call it? The shelf. And it came out Libra, 4th house. Libra is a symbol of legalities. It's also in astrology the house of open enemies, or those that it's legal battles, but it's also the house of who we know our enemies are, which would fit in this situation, knowing who the stalker would be. And the 4th house is the house of the home. So this does show, legal issues or, this, like I said, open enemies at home. And now here we have the lighthouse, the wishing well, the Sagittarius charm. I'm getting a lot of astrology tonight. Also the hanged man. And I've gone over this before. This is the most depressing or the most painful charm I own.
I've got a Grim Reaper.
In this particular, I'm jealous. in this particular context, with it landing on Sagittarius, I just kind of made a Freudian slip, Sagittarial wish. I feel like there's, and again, you have the double thing here with the wishing well. I think he's in his mind, I think he's wishing her not the best. I think that he is in Sagittarius, that Sagittarius is a long, it's kind of a long shot. It's long travel. They're friendly signs, but they can be blunt and they can be sarcastic. So in this way, it's like they're family. But I think he's saying a lot of bad things and maybe wishing her bad, but not necessarily actually doing it. But it's more of a wishing harm.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
it. But this lighthouse again echoes caution, and the security cameras having literal lights out and on.
Yep.
And obviously, in any type of situation like this, you would definitely want to default to your lawyer, to your local police department, neighborhood.
Well, I'm wondering if something's going to take place where maybe he's going to have her serve papers, or if she's going to have papers served on him, because either I see a lawsuit or a protective order going on or something legal going on, because you got the valuables here and he's next to the valuables. So that's his aim right there. But I'm wondering if something's going to be served to her, some kind of legal papers.
Yeah. Sorry, I've got Miss Grumpy Bum here. Yeah, it is. It's interesting there. And it's funny because my cards, hang on, go there. Sorry. When I was shuffling, out jumped the mask, which is, again, keep your eyes peeled, something that hidden. And it's almost like, think of the mask where you look at only a certain view. Mask is often removes the veil, look at everything that is open in front of you. So hang on, I'll just shuffle. So if you can hear rattling in the wall, I can hear Linus on the other side of the wall. And he's replacing all the taps in the ensuite, in the bathroom.
Oh, what a nice hubby. Come to my house. I need them replaced.
He is so handy. And since he's retired, the poor man hasn't had any time off. So, he hasn't had time for rest. There's no such thing as rest in this house. Okay. So
we need to phone him. One needs a Linus.
I know everyone does need a Linus. We always have this joke. Okay, monkey, triangle, and ship. So ship is, again, about often emotions because it's a water sign, but it does mean things that may progress slowly. But again, triangle, everyone sees it. Yes, it means caution there, but it is a point, which still tells me things will move in the right direction, but slowly. The monkey there would literally mean she does need to be careful of people who may manipulate her. But again, I'm not seeing here big safety issues.
Sorry, that was my alarm that went off. Roman's home, so
these still would tell me I don't see big safety issues. But again, a bit of caution required for manipulation. Yeah.
Yeah, my shadow card I got for her was the cards, so she definitely has to not take any risk, be cautious, and kind of handle her cards right.
Yes. Yeah.
Play them right. Play the game.
Being a little mindful.
Those dogs whole time, and for them to bark right now is significant and fits the reading.
Sure.
A dog, an alarm.
She should get a dog.
Yeah. No, she's a mad cat lady like me.
Oh, I can't protect you.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, I should switch. This is the only way I could get, I've got Miss, we call her Mummy Cat, and it's Miss Fatty Princess, and I'll see if you can see her. No, so you can see, no, she's not there. Oh, there she is. You can see her back end. She's actually sitting on the desk, and she's not happy unless she's right beside me. Yeah, so
cute.
Yeah. Oh, she is. She's my shadow. We always say she's my shadow. I've got a question here. Karen Jensen wants to know what the universe message is for her. So what does the universe want her to know? So who wants to go?
I'm just shuffling.
Yep, that's all right. Sorry, I'm trying to get my screen back in place.
I'm going to pull out one of my favorite general mats.
Yeah.
Dun-dun.
Okay, Andrea has.
I have mouse, man, tent, and balloon. So right away, I'm getting a lot of feeling on edge, feeling nervous, feeling anxiety, and just little things annoying you from a male. So, Karen, I know you have somebody that lives with you that is a male roommate. So I'm wondering if he's been a little annoying to you, getting under your skin a little bit. And this is actually saying the universe wants you to let go of that, take time to yourself, isolate yourself from him, and just kind of take a little break. Because I think you're getting a little worked up over. It looks like you're getting worked up over a situation with a male figure. That makes sense. But that's what I have.
Yeah.
I mean, that mouse right there is something little annoying. I see it more as a little annoyances going on, maybe nitpicking going on. Something that's really getting underneath her skin right now.
And it's around a male.
Around the male. But that 10 is kind of like take your time, take a little break, isolate yourself, have some me time, close yourself in your room for a little bit, and let go of that stress.
What do you got, Wilma? Oh, this is the astrology mat, and that's the back side of it.
This is the back side of the alphabet mat, and it's the astrology side. I think it's great for general readings. So it's targeting in terms of your, Karen, in terms of your life. This is hitting your 9th house, which is the house of higher self, education, and learning. It looks like you've gotten an achievement here that you should be proud of. The work that you've put in learning, the work that you've been doing on yourself recently. In the house of yourself, you also have the deck of cards. So it shows like, how are you playing your cards? We come in with a soul contract, I believe, that we know a little bit about our lives, that we sign up for. And it isn't here to, the bad things aren't here to break us. They're here to challenge us to grow. And so I always say it's not about the cards you hold, but how you play them. And so play your cards well. This to me goes back to doing self-work, self-achievement. Personality-wise, I wonder if you're holding up masks, if you should be showing a little more of yourself, because it's like holding your cards up a little too closely. Money-wise, I feel like there's something going on with money here. Value, material opportunities. This might even have to do with the stimulus. How you invest your stimulus is, I think, very important. I would meditate on that. And just like use this wisely. With Gemini tends to. Gemini is very chatty. Gemini is all about technology and communication. And I would caution you against impulsive decision making in this regard. Really focus on how you can grow your money. Just because this is hitting the money house. And then you also have a charm in the 3rd house of communication and small circles, as well as learning. And to me, it's like, I wonder if you've recently gotten hooked on something, ? But with this, I would say, your words hold power. This is a very common theme. But, watch what you're doing, how you're carrying yourself, and bring out the best in yourself. Basically, that's what I've got.
I love this map. I do.
Oh, yeah.
I love this map.
Good, good.
Okay, now what have I got?
Congratulations, Karen. Well done. She said she did do a
Oh,
program.
Oh,
oh,
that's
she's
great.
done.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Terry Celeste, she's just saying she lost a kitty who's like my cat. Her cat was Taffy. Good
Oh, I'm
Welsh.
sorry.
Yeah.
Because I got
So,
babies. I'm so sorry.
look, I'd perish the thought. Honestly, I'm going to be an absolute hot case when that day comes. I really am. So I'll probably all go to ground. Karen, what is the universal messages for you? In a nutshell, I'd say time to step out of shadows and literally claim or stake your claim, your own power base back. And anyone who's trying to literally manipulate you or convince you otherwise, it's like, no, literally eat them alive. And I know that sounds awful, but it's like, monkey is about manipulation. And again, that's like I said, my father, who's gone many years now, but the old saying that I grew up with was, you can't trick a trickster, which would tell me, don't allow anyone to fool you. And again, tunnel is very much about stepping into your own power, but your tunnel here is pointing outwards, which means you keep losing your sight of where you want to go for long term. So this eagle as central is a hell of a lot more important, which means claim your power base back. And anyone who's trying to pull the furfies, no, like I said, eagle will overpower them. Often an eagle symbol too, it's literally, think of an eagle in the wild, because tea reading is all about symbology. And an eagle in the wild, it will circle its prey. And it's like, okay, it may circle for a long period of time, 2 miles ahead, but it knows exactly the target of where it's going. And it's very much here of get out of the shadows, look at where you are going, and take the opportunities over the naysayers, as I would say.
Kind of
So,
like fly above the bullshit, Karen.
yeah, that's it. Yeah. So, and do that, do it well. I have Cinder Locke. She's in a family business, and I imagine it's doing it tough, probably because of COVID. And she doesn't know whether will it improve or close. So I'm actually framing the question of what does she need to do to avoid closure of this family business. So, and that's for Cinder Locke.
Can you say that again? I'm sorry.
She's Cinder Locke. They've got a family business,
Okay.
and she's wanting to know, will the business improve or will they have to close it?
Okay.
So I'm looking at the question is, what do they need to do to avoid closing this family business?
Okay. I'm getting there. Hold on. Wilma, you want to go?
You go.
Okay. Okay, I got balloon, monkey, fish, and tombstone. So going according to the question, it looks like this is all about finances. When the business,
What does she do to avoid a closure?
I think they have to pretty much try to handle finances a little bit better, because even with a balloon, that's about finances also. But that's also about pressure going on within the business. So I don't know if somebody's creating more pressure for them, or there's more anxiety or stress going on with the finances. But I'm seeing that as, I think they just need to really take a hold more of their finances. And that monkey, I don't like that monkey, because it makes me feel like somebody's either stealing from them or manipulating their business or trying to set them up for failure. Because then we have the tombstone. So they may want to reevaluate who's actually around in the business and the finances of the business. Restructure thing. I see a lot of restructure that needs to be taking place.
With the fish looking again at the monkey and even with the shadow card, is there too many involved
Yeah,
in this
because you got
business. There's some
well,
that you need to cull or
you,
cut back.
you got the ring, so I mean, the ring has a shadow card here, so I don't know if there's some kind of lease contract or going on between people involved in the business, or if there's really too much. Um, it just seems like things keep going around in a circle. There's a lot of things repeating itself, but not a lot of things sorting out within the business.
You got that
But I
right.
don't like that monkey. That monkey makes me think there's somebody there that's trying to really bring down the business more than to keep it going.
Yeah. So, what do you got, Wilma?
I have got a horrible flag on
I can see that, but I can just
show y'all. And
yeah.
I want to felt so bad that I'm going to move everything around.
Can you take that casting sheet out of that pocket because it's coming from that plastic pocket, the casting sheet?
No, it's actually coming from the transparent.
Oh, okay, because I can see it big on the casting sheet too. Okay, I love this transparent tarot.
Yeah, me too, but I would be so lost reading that.
Hi, I'm back.
She's back.
Oh, I didn't know you left.
People love me. I get getting phone calls left and right here. I love layering systems, and I really love layering tea.
Got no sound, Wilma. Where are you gone?
Is she talking? Wilma, you talking?
I don't know. She sounds going. 1 second, she's telling me. Hey, this is like charades.
Three letter, two symbol. You may have to choke Kermit because I think he's shutting off your microphone.
Hang on. Talk to me, Wilma. No, 2 seconds. All right, while Wilma's doing that, I'm going to go in while we come back to Wilma.
Okay.
Yep, okay. So what do we need to do or know about avoiding closure in this business? Hang on, what have I got? Rose, frog, and dog. Frog, again, is the moving base, the target. So it would actually tell me that things that can be a little bit unstable. But you've got Rose, and Rose actually is often a mature woman in the business. And then you've got dog, again, loyalty to others. But your frog here tells me who is it within the family business that keeps destabilizing the base. I can't help it. That feels really unstable to me. It's not giving me closure. And then we've got the book. And then that comes back down to what Andrea's saying about what is happening within the business. I'd still look and say, I don't see closure, but I'd say you do need to look further. Who is the moving base in the business? If there's someone who is like, we'd say the downer, one who keeps saying, oh, it's no point, and it's none of this, and it's none of that, and it's like, move your butt and move your attitudes with it, because, again, dog is about complacency. And I'd look at this and say, need to look at what's going on in the business. Now, I'll join Wilma back in because I don't know what happened there to Wilma. Here we are. Wilma is back.
People calling me, and for some reason it messed up my sound again. But it at the last phone call. So, but hey, I got back in. I dealt with StreamYard and all of its complications, and I'm here.
Yeah, that's quick.
So I love layering tea and tarot because they're both intuitive systems. The only thing to me better than that is layering this transparent tarot with tea. And that's why I specifically, sorry for the plug, I really love this. That's why I specifically chose the hand-drawn deck, because the hand-drawn deck has a whole different energy. I'm getting the same vibe that Andrea got. I have no idea what Karen said because I was gone. I'm getting the same vibe that Andrea got about the delay because of the chair, and then some sort of renegotiation or negotiation needing to reach across the aisle, and come to some sort of agreement. Whether you like it or not, you may have to kind of suck it up a little bit and play nice and find common ground here in the Two of Cups. And the two together meet right over this chair and kind of solve the delays. And the chair to me becomes then it kind of takes over that scene. So being able to find sort of new
my cat is here in the dogs.
Can you hear that? Because I'm trying to cover the speaker.
Yeah, we can hear, but
I apologize, Roman. I thought he got home before, but he's getting home now, and the dogs are going crazy for him.
who doesn't like dogs?
They love their dad.
Yeah, when they're not barking.
Agreement. I think they can come to some sort of agreement. Hopefully that's what Karen was getting also. I know.
Yeah. I saw it there as the because I had the frog and the rose and the dog, and it was coming up there. I felt like somebody is destabilizing something in the business. Yeah.
Or not taking something too serious.
Frog.
Yeah. I've got where am I? Sharon Rupt Saylor. She's looking out to a new position at the same company. Whether she applies for that new position or is she better off to stay in the current role? So it's like the pros and cons of is she better to stay in the current role or look at moving to this other position?
Karen Jensen.
Kind of yes, no, but we need to reframe that because we don't do yeses and nos are too they're too black and white, too many grey areas.
So you want to rephrase it before I pull? Because I would
look at it again as really, what will she gain if she goes to a new or applies for the new position?
Karen Jensen mentions tarot is the esoteric aspect of situation, and T is the practical. I like that in terms of layering those. That's a good one.
Yeah. So who wants to go to that one first?
I'm trying to
Okay, line.
Whoops, dog. Everything's falling. I'm kind of seeing that this new position probably won't be the best for her right now. It kind of looks like I'm getting kind of like being thrown in the lion den here if she goes to a new position. Plus, even with a trail is about protecting yourself. The mask is about hiding yourself and not really showing your full potential. So I think she'll be more. I don't know if this will be the best thing for her. It doesn't look like something's going to really enhance her skills or whatever she does for work. I see it more be like a position where there's a lot of cattiness around. To say the truth, because you got the lion here.
Yeah.
I don't see it. I see it being a position where she can't fault the dog. With the trail facing the dog, that's kind of like making me feel like if she goes to a new position or whatever she's doing, that it's going to be a position where it's not going to be up to par when it comes to her coworkers, like kind of working like teamwork with her. I don't see teamwork in that position. It seems like her being alone, hiding herself, and kind of like isolating herself from other people. That's what I get. I don't know. I just don't see it's a very strong position, but we'll see what you guys get.
Wilma.
How did we rephrase this question?
We're looking at what's to gain if she goes for the new role. Will she gain?
Is that how we rephrased it?
Yeah.
Not what would she gain if it would be good for her?
What will she gain? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting a very similar thing to Andrea. I've got the eagle, the sword, and the moon here. And I'll readjust my lights in a second so it's not reflecting off.
Yeah, I was just saying, pull them down. That's fine.
I'm trying to pull them down. I'm going to get for the delay to see if that gets it out. But it's a similar feeling. Right here, it almost feels like, no, that's even worse. Oh, no, that is better. Okay.
It is. We can see it. Yeah.
There's such a delay on my iPad for me to actually see it.
It's about 10-second delay.
In turn, it almost feels like, I don't know what you're doing right now, but it almost feels like you have more control right now than you will if you move. The ego feels in control, and that's getting cut with the sword or being chased after. It's almost like there's a stress. I almost feel like it's like, who's on your back all the time? Who's going to be nagging at you and prodding at you all the time? If you move, it feels like it's going to be very stressful. And that may also be the stress. I'm not sure if that's the stress of another manager or someone else in authority, or if that's the stress of the responsibilities that you yourself have. But either way, here we have 2 management cards or 2 authority cards, and then a really harsh card here. This feels cutthroat. And again, it almost feels like, again, here, who's stealing your power? Who's taking your power? But again, just feeling like all control has been lost in this new position. This kind of feels defeated, maybe even self-defeated. Like, why did I do this? I would have been better off if I stayed where I was. I would stay on top. Just keep your power, keep your control, wherever you think that's going to be. But I don't see the move to be a very positive one. It looks like a lot of stress.
No, with the eagle and the sword also on Wilma's cards, it's kind of like you're going to be, she's going to be not able to show, I don't know if it's a position that she thinks she's going into with the skills that she has, but it doesn't look like she's going to be able to show her knowledge or skills in the next position that she's thinking of. I think she's going to be cut off and maybe doing something that she really had no intention of doing.
Yeah.
Because if you look over the shadow card here that I just pull over the deck, you got the camel. To me, that seems like you're doing everybody else's responsibility other than what you get hired for.
Did you just say you got the camel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just about to say, but you were speaking, I was like, well, there's no camel. The camel is like, where's the camel? The camel would speak of doing everybody else's
responsibility.
And then boom, there it is. So there you go.
Overloaded.
Yep.
Yeah. Overloaded.
Overloaded and not recognized for it.
I was just about to say, camel would confirm that overload, and then boom, you say there it is the shadow card.
See, we're on the same wavelength here, Wilma.
Let me have a look. Hello, Miss Princess.
These cards are absolutely beautiful.
They're in tune with each other. It's amazing. Even the tarot.
They're looking really dark in the camera, but in person, they're not dark. And they do really blend into the background.
Well, see, the watercolor ones Wilma has got there, I called it Serenity because I thought the peaceful blues and the soft watercolors, it's serene. And that's a hand-drawn deck, and so is Alice. These are the 2 hand-drawn decks that I've done. Interesting what I pull again, chair, tower, and camel. It says it all basically in a nutshell.
Oh, you got camel on that one too.
Sitting in the comfortable role that you are currently doing. Tower is, yes, the workplace is they're looking at things that are you ready for the climb, but the camel would still tell me the new role could really be very, very overloaded. And chair is, I would say, sit back and people watch, because I don't know if this would be the best idea to apply for. And if you did go to it, I would look at it and think, okay, can I withstand this for the long haul? Because a camel is your endurance, your sheer gut determination, but at the end of the day, is it worth it? And I would look at that and say, is it worth it? And what have we got? Peacock. Peacock there would literally mean you could go into the role, but someone with a very big ego may try to overpower you.
Kind of like being their assistant, doing their work, doing their responsibilities. You'd be the little guy going into a new field.
You would have to be incredibly strong. And
so it's an interesting combination. Now I've got a cat sitting on my desk right beside me. She's my shadow, and it's like I'm a fluff magnet, so you'll see fur just come to me. I have Patty D. She says, will she be guided to move this year?
That tower also looks to me like stack of paperwork on the desk. It's towering up a tower of responsibilities, just literally.
Yep, and left alone and not being helped. And I think gloomy and depressing and just being.
There's so much responsibility. I'm sorry, what's the new question?
Just put there, Patty D says, will I be guided to move this year? And there's a question there, Magnolia Spiritual House. I love the name. I love magnolias.
I love that name. Yeah.
I've actually got a mini magnolia in my garden. And I just want to say, Magnolia, can you actually, you've asked like 3 questions, give us just one rather than 3. Hi, Tasha. Love to see you there, darling. Just joined us. So, and I have my own daughter who sends me messages and goes, oi, why are you not answering me?
So I got question mark, carriage, or pram, is what you guys call it in our class. I'm seeing this as something I think she needs to really reevaluate the move or thinking about moving, because it looks like she needs to take her time, take things slow, kind of be patient with it. I don't see it happening maybe this year. It looks like there's a lot of questions, unanswered things that need to be settled and sorted out first before she takes that step. So I'm going to no for this year.
Yeah.
This is
what do you got, Wilma?
This is where I absolutely love tea. We've been getting double symbols all night. We're getting the same message in a lot of different cards. Tea is very literal, often using literal symbology. I pull up the key in the ship and I'm thinking, oh wow, she's moving. The ship is a movement card. It's the actual transportation ship. It's the actual moving van. But then we have treasure chests coming up looking the opposite way from the ship.
Wow.
So like Andrea, it's almost, the ship is slow going. By itself, I would say, oh, look, you're moving. Add the treasure chest behind it and it becomes slow moving, a delay, reevaluate the finances, reevaluate your value about, whether it's financial or mental, emotional. Is this the right time for you? And with the treasure chest facing this way and the ship going that way, they're in opposite. There's something amiss here. Something's missing that needs to be worked out in the details. So I'm
getting a new. Oh yeah.
I'm wondering if it's going to be also a baby. Is she pregnant or somebody? Because that child card sometimes it comes up as maybe a delay or something, or maybe a family growing or a pregnancy, or I don't know. Just a little end thought, nothing really big, but
yeah. I now have a cat sitting on the keyboard, so sorry you might get some strange messages across the bottom there. They just love sitting in the keyboard. So
I want to see the predictive type on the keyboard.
Oh my God, can you imagine it? I'll just show you. I don't know if I can lean it forward. See how she's sitting right on the keyboard. Up here, Princess.
She has to be right on top of you, huh? I thought my dogs were bad.
What's up here, Princess? What's up here?
My dog.
Oh, Princess.
Everything's got to fall. You got to crash everything, Princess. Yeah, hang on.
Tiwi Princess. Tiwa Princess. There we go.
Hey, Mum. Oh my God. If I go enter, I'm just going to go enter, you'll see on the keyboard.
Oh, this is hilarious.
Yeah, it's just lines, 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 and more lines. Luckily, it wasn't anything else. So you just got all the semicolons. Oh, she's a pain, isn't she? Okay, Patty D. No, you can't get there. She's going. I'm sure cats love. I don't know why the keyboards. Okay, Patty D.
Oh goodness! Okay, check this out. It honestly looks like she gave us that kind of herp face with the slanted line. It's if you try the herp, I'm not so happy about this face in emoji, it would come up as a slant line. And then she's got the semicolon, which is the winky face, and she's like wink, wink. So I feel like the cat is literally trying to communicate that she's trolling us. Hey, 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 nudge, nudge.
Yeah, I know. She's a funny one. So, will you guided to move this year? Hang on, where am I? There. Tree is about growth, but you've got question mark and you've got monkey. which would tell me probably not the right timing. Question mark means don't second guess yourself, but maybe time to think and ponder. Tree is slow growth, not rapid. Monkey, again, in its positive, you need to probably look at where you're going to feel alive. Where's the fun? Where's the laughter? It's almost like returning back to childhood, because tree is often family. Question mark there would tell me maybe sit and have a bit of a think about it a little longer. I'd say the timing, not exactly just yet. Yeah, hang on, princess. She's trying to get down. That's what she's trying to do. Come here. Oh, see how fat she is?
Oh, she's beautiful.
She's so beautiful.
She's not fat, she's fluffy.
Look at her jelly belly. Jelly belly. And you go. Yeah. So, my fur. So we have, that's another house move. Sandra Montgomery. Will she be moving anytime soon? So we're looking at about her moving, but yeah, is it going to be soon?
I'm going to give it a time frame for that, because soon can be anywhere between tomorrow to next week. So I'll give it within the next 8 months.
Okay.
Next 12 months, let's just do.
Okay.
We're doing another moving?
Yeah, there's another house. Sandra Montgomery about moving.
I have to tell you, when I get 2 moving questions back to back, I get a little nervous that I'm reading the wrong person.
No, this is Sandra Montgomery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime I get the same question back to back, I get a little nervous, but that's where you got to trust the process.
So I got comb, brave, and axe. I'm not seeing a move also in the next 8 to 12 months. I'm seeing that there's a lot of sorting that needs to be done. I see active looking. The eye and the comb looks like there's going to be an active looking on them, but I don't see the actual move taking place. But I do see actively looking, which is good. And I see things transforming and a new beginning coming up. But I don't like this axe at the end of the grave. So that kind of puts out like a quick halt on things. I think things will be really actively looking, but there's something that's going to really completely halt that look and put an end to it this year. That's what I'm getting.
Okay. Wilma.
Are you trying to buy a house? Are you trying to buy a new house?
Not sure. Sandra, I'm hoping Sandra's still around there. I'm not sure. So, yeah, because she's just said move.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you're buying or if you're renting, but this right here, regardless, it looks like there's going to be some sort of issue trying to find the right place. The contract here, the commitment is going away from the Canes, like away from the mortgage, away from the contract or the agreement. It almost feels like something falls through, possibly with credit. Credit, or not necessarily literal credit, but you have to run a credit check, or be approved type thing. It almost feels like there's some delays in the ring. It feels like red tape to me. Red tape delays, all the hoops that you have to jump through, literally, things like that coming to the surface and creating delays and obstacles. This is, I'm not sure where you are either, but I know in the States right now, I'm not sure about renting, but in terms of buying, this is a seller's market and houses are getting scooped up really quick.
She's gonna rent.
Yeah, it's getting really hard to find places. I can imagine trying to find a place renting would be hard as well, because I can't imagine a lot of people moving right now. There's a...
She got pets and it's too small.
Yeah, having pets is often a complication with renting. Peacock, people want their stuff looking good. Like pets can destroy it nowadays. And it can be very difficult to, I think, again, it shows the difficulty finding a place with pets. But I think it's also going to be difficult in the era of COVID. You have a lot of landlords, there aren't any evictions going on right now. People aren't wanting to necessarily move. So, I mean, you're basically you're stuck with the people who really want to move right now and nothing else. And usually the market's a little more open because we sadly we have a little more with people getting kicked out or asked to leave. I feel like it's very difficult. I'm not seeing this as a positive yes.
I got the beacon for the shadow cat first, so it kind of looks like something's going to come to light. And really, I don't know what the reason why she wouldn't move, but something's going to later down the line will come to light to her, and she'll be shown something. But I think whatever it is, I think it's probably good that she's not going to. No move is taking place, but definitely something's going to stop her from moving.
Yeah. I would find.
She says it doesn't suit the living conditions with the pets, and she says it's too small. She's on Central Coast, and she feels very stuck there.
I think you may need to find a realtor or somebody else more experienced to help you.
She's Australia girl too. Yeah. Let me have a look. Hang on. I'll just do Alice and see. Let me have a look. So, what have we got? Alice. God knows. What have I got? Alice, child. Yeah, question mark there again. Child would literally mean, yes, somewhere it's too small from where you are now. But the question mark there would tell me sit and think and assess it a little while. But the bird is it's a communication card, which would tell me still get in contact with the right person. Don't jump into something too quickly. I'm not seeing, again, anything fast there. Yeah. Because child there is small, which would tell me where you probably are now is too small, but it's like some conversations that you need to have with looking at what you need. It's like get a proper person to do the real estate hunt, whether it's renting an advocate or somebody else that can come in and help you work out where you need to move, how you need to go about it. So pretty similar. But, yeah, I get why it's small. Not sure how many pets you have or what type of pets you have. Now, I have, where was I? Amy Gorosita. I'm sorry if I balls that up on how to pronounce it. She just wants to know, is there any messages from Spirit for her? And we love ones like this. This is really good. And I'll open the floor there with Wilma. She got 3 birds and a dog. Yeah.
Yes.
So.
I just got a message, and I think that where some of my issues were coming from earlier. So I just blanked out. So fill me in. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. It's Amy Gorosita. How is there any messages from Spirit for her?
Okay. Do we want to go back to the alphabet map for this?
Yeah,
let's do it.
One for that. I think it's a really good one for when we're talking about guides or spirit, people crossed over, universal questions. It's good.
I wish I could do the Australian accent, because I would love to say something about smacking Karen for not having her alphabet mat handy, since
I couldn't know when it's on me, otherwise it would be.
She's the master, I know, but you're the master of this mat, and like I do really well with this mat, but I feel like I still get insecure with it, and especially during a live, I want to do something quick, and I need to take my time and really breathe it in. So let's do this together. This is a fun one, and I'd love to see people in the comments join in, guys. But let's see what she has. Message from Spirit.
Who's the lady asking it?
Amy Gorosita. I'm not sure if Amy's still around there.
She must be on YouTube, right? Because I don't see her on your.
Yeah, she is. Okay. Yeah. So
I wish we could. Too bad we can't see all the platforms like you.
You can.
Wow.
The only way you can, though, Andrea, is you have to have your iPad as a secondary or a laptop, and then you go to the YouTube channel and you get to then see all of them across the board.
Oh, I have both my iPhones right now.
Yeah.
Yes. so I can't be on YouTube. I need to get my other iPhone so I can have, you know, massive amounts of technology here.
I'm taking my laptop out right now.
She
See this.
she definitely has, you know, some stuff going on here. Look at this. You have the Perth rune on the teacup symbol, and you have the goddess symbol on the carriage and the number 5. So these to me are both extremely spiritual symbols. The Perth rune speaks of, wow, here's like some rune readers might smack me upside the head. But the Perth rune, it's the rune of psychic awareness, the crossing of the bridge from one side to the other, natural talents with the with divination, that kind of thing, intuition. So I would say watch your signs, or watch for signs, because it's on the teacup. The teacup speaks of communication. There's you are getting communication. You just need to watch for it and look for it to see it. And the sun on 12 says the same thing. It's almost like the sun at high noon, the sun shining brightly. That, did you hear that?
I heard
I said the sun shining brightly and my lights went out.
when the lights go out. Oh my God. Well, even before we went live,
Oh,
guys,
you went completely out, Wilma.
No, I got
yeah,
it. It was amazing timing when I said the sun high noon, and then, and the light shining brightly, and then the light goes out.
she just wanted a black screen so we can all do scrying.
But to me, I mean, I'm fixing it right now. The lights will be back in 1 second. But I
wonder if Sharon's father's with you playing tricks.
Oh my God.
You can't beat them.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was delayed on your end, but it literally, the second I said it, the lights went out.
Yeah, it did. It
did. Wow. So, okay, so back to watching for signs. Hello. Literally.
That was clear as day. No pun intended.
I mean, we're talking about, look at high noon, look at the light. You're connected to the source. Stay connected to the source. Mm-hmm. Stay connected to your spirituality. Relationship is very crucial and important. But watching these signs, because they are literally clear as day. I can't make it, literally, I can't make it any clearer. The scales on woman, I actually wonder if that's a particular spirit guide coming in, because scales to me is a symbol of somebody who would be a spirit guide. I had the Libra die fell again, which in this context would speak of relationships, not open enemies. But again, but I think there's a guide here for you, because somebody trying to bring in balance of a female nature, being nurturers, comforters, mother type figures. This could be your actual mother, or ancestor type of mother, grandmother, great grandmother type thing. But with the scales, I honestly feel like it's a guide. Again, with the goddess symbol, I feel there's a guide connection, or ancestral connection, especially with the rune ancestral roots, ancestral from mother to child here. And the crocodile, I'm at a loss.
The scales on the lady, I wonder if the spirit is a Libra.
Often a crocodile comes up when, is there something that you are not seeing? It's literally what is lurking beneath the waters that you need to see.
Thank you, because we have the sun shining there.
Yeah.
I had to check on something. I got carried away. So there's this mother-child connection, which reminds me of the ancestors and passed down through generations. The Perth rune, again, reminds me of generational connections or gifts. And yeah, so and like you said, the crocodile, what's lurking beneath the surface.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. But I do feel like there's a guide here. And
I'm also wondering if somebody's stalking her, or somebody that she has to be careful of with a crocodile. Someone that she has to watch out for, kind of like keep her eye on.
who's malicious around her that
Yeah.
she may need to look at?
Let's see if we've got
With this light, this is where I love
dog
this.
and an angel,
Yeah.
the hook and the running man. So, you know, the hook and the running man kind of does remind me of, you know, people who can be stalkers, creepers.
Somebody luring her. Yeah.
Stay protected with the angel. The frog is kind of growth. I'm not seeing anything necessarily bad here. To me, this just looks like typical growth patterns of human, I want to say human nature, but I'm not sure these might be.
You know what it could be too? I mean, what I'm thinking is I don't know if she's on the internet a lot. She's talking to other people or she's on a dating app. It kind of looks like somebody like catfishing, kind of. Somebody pretending to be someone that's not around her that she has to be careful of.
Whatever is happening, I feel like watch the signs. It's going to be clear.
Yeah, just be more alert.
And what do you got, Andrea?
I'm shuffling. Oh, it's funny that Wilma said mother because I'm getting mother figure rose. Shot fish, moon. So with the rose, I'm getting mother figure around her, somebody protected her, but I'm also getting that she needs to be really cautious or careful about a situation or somebody because you got the thorns on the rose to kind of handle things gently. That fish, I'm still thinking, I don't know if she's married, single, dating, but I'm still thinking either internet or meeting people, or I'm still feeling that be careful of who she's communicating or trying to get to know. This moon in the house, I'm seeing that maybe there's a new phase coming into her life where it can really shake her up a little bit, but I don't see it to be absolutely something really negative, just something to really kind of keep her on the toes a little bit. It could be, I don't know, that tornado just makes me think of being just shooken up with something. I don't know, a situation, cautious something happened. I don't know. I don't know how to explain this. So I don't get that feeling of something really, like when I look at this, I immediately think of the Tower card in tarot, and that's something. I mean, the tarot card in tarot is not necessarily. I mean, it's negative, but it's also about moving away what doesn't need to be in your life or surrounding you and welcoming a new phase in your life. Like get rid of the old and something with a new coming in. Like, so whatever it's going through, whatever it's going to shake her up, whatever the chaos is going to be, is kind of something that needs to happen for her, for something new to come into her life.
Yeah. Where am I? I'm just going through my list here as well. I've got, where is it? Rosemary Lombard. She's recently ended a toxic relationship, which is great, and she's met a new man. Is it too soon? So is it too soon to re-enter the relationship? And I hope I've got the right person here, Rosemary Lombard. I'm trying to go back there.
So before I'm going to pull cards, I mean, if she's wondering if it's too soon to end in a relationship, then it probably is if she's questioning it.
Yeah, well, it can be.
Well, let's see what the cards say. It could be, I mean, something within internally with her is she's doubting it.
Yeah, I'm trying to, won't let me go right back to the old messages now. It only goes to the new. Won't let me scroll through. So I just want to make sure I've got the right person.
Guys, just a heads up, my phone is charging, but it is now officially, I think it is, I'm using more energy than it is charging.
Oh, gosh.
I think you have a spirit around you, Wilma.
I do too. Somebody strong.
Now, granted, you know, to be honest, my phone was not at all fully charged when this started, but I'm going through a lot of battery quick. But that's been going on with me for all day. Having a bit of tech stuff because there's
well, we've only got another couple, and then we can rush it. Yeah, it's 12.
I did.
Yeah. So. Yeah, because I'll only do one more person after this because I've actually got people in this afternoon, and it's, for me, it is 11:45 a.m.
So I got man, fish, lobster, and child. So take it back to her question. I think to really maybe date somebody exclusive? Maybe not, but to date maybe several people, just talk to several people, try to get out of her own, not to be tied down necessarily, because that lobster right here is kind of making me feel like she needs to let go, be loose, get out, know people, new people coming into her life, go slow, take her time, take baby steps with the dating realm. But I see date more than one people, not just don't focus on just one person.
One, especially coming out of a really toxic relationship too. Yeah.
But mostly with a child card to me symbolizes kind of like go back to your fun self, get to know yourself on a different level, start new beginnings, and just grow as a person instead of jumping into reinvent yourself.
Reinvent yourself. Often the child comes up in love questions as, reinvent who you are first. Yeah. So that's interesting. And I've just got one lucky last one. I have, there's two actually. Sorry. I have Tasha Lee wants to know about business for the next 6 months. So I'll grab that one first because I've just realised I haven't actually spoken. Feel like a TV host on here. So, Tasha, for the
Mama Sandra wrote you a message.
Yeah, you're not a TV host. You're a tea host.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Tasha for is it one card or two? Okay, whoops, there we go, Tasha. Eagle there would tell me, again, because I know you're in the spiritual industries. Eagle overtaking Peacock there would tell me literally someone who thinks that they are better than everybody else. It's like literally is who's circling around you, who is the rival that keeps literally stealing the show of the Peacock. So the Peacock there would tell me, number one, stand tall, fan those tail feathers, gal, and say, don't look at the crap behind me, pay attention to me. The book here, though, would literally mean about advertising or marketing when it comes to business. And the book's pointing away, which tells me, are you marketing in the right areas? And particularly marketing in where there is rivals. So 6 months there, I'd say look at your marketing campaign, but also stay very aware of who is the rival that's in and around your territory. So I'm not sure if you see people in person or locally, because they would just tell me, pay attention to who the rivals are around you, but still always hold your own head high and walk past and beyond it. So just because someone may be a bit nasty around you or a rival doesn't mean you be nasty backwards. There would tell me take the high road, not the low road. So what do you gals see?
Wilma?
I'm just looking at Karen's cards. I just want to read off Karen's cards. That eagle with the peacock looks just absolutely dreadful. It reminds me of the vulture picking somebody apart.
It does. The predator. Yeah.
I agree. It looks like somebody's trying to take her underneath their wing and use her skills.
That is honestly, it's kind of cringeworthy. It's just like, no, you need to stand up for yourself.
Yeah.
Don't for your standards.
So what have you got, Andrea or Wilma?
Oh, sorry. Let me pull. What was your question? Something about 6 months? Her career.
About 6 months. What's going on next 6 months for her in business?
Okay.
Well, Angela, shuffling, I managed to pull charms quick, and right between the 6 and the 7, you have a red 1. So it's interesting because it feels like, right there at that 6, there's this delay. You've got the hook on 10, 10 days, 10 weeks.
Hook.
With the hook, the running man, again, it's like, don't get suckered into, you've got to do your own thing. And
it's interesting, the numerology on that, because a lot of people don't know. when you're going into double digits in numerology, and particularly when there is a 0 after a number, whether it's 1, 20, 30, 40, what have you, your 0 is your amplifier, your magnifying glass, and it actually amplifies the number before it. So hook there is, again, sink your teeth into other areas and projects and whatnot. Your 0 magnifying your 1 means you need to really look at yourself, your power base, your grounding, and again, no matter what others may be doing, stand tall in your power. You be in charge of you.
Exactly. It feels like they're really needing to do your own thing here. And it's also interesting the shape that the charms fell in, which is a
triangle.
So you know, it's very, I feel like don't get hoodwinked. And you know, run your own race, make your own rules. But yeah, you what Karen said with the, you know, it's interesting. I was getting that feeling, but I wasn't saying it with the 10 and the 1. But you need to do your own. And
0 itself means, are you looking at your inner gifts? Which means,
and with the running man near the pipe, I really like, it's like your headspace. You really you can have thoughts and ideas that are quite valuable and important, quick-witted, quick-minded. And these are thoughts that I think, especially with the running man, that somebody else might want to steal or use from you in a plagiarizing type way, copyright issues, things like that. I would be very careful with things like that.
It's funny that you said that, Wilma, because I got the mouse here in the middle. And if you look at the mouse, you have the butterfly. Kind of looks like somebody's trying to kind of make transformations out of her, but make it their own. Kind of, I just see it as something that, like Karen says, getting your own power, be strong, and kind of do your own thing. Because I think somebody's trying to shake her up a little bit, because that tornado right here is about somebody shaking you up and shaking your knowledge up, shaking everything that you have. Oh no, I see something new coming to her. Because I think she has to go through a lot of shit, excuse my French or English, to really get to that new path. But she needs to create it for herself. Nobody else can do it for her, because, again, everybody wants to create something, but they want to make it their own or steal from other people. I think she needs to really step out and create her own stuff and really.
Tasha says she has a copycat. Yeah, I get a lot of those, Tasha. Yeah.
Right. My Scottish.
Yeah, I think somebody's trying to ride her back, especially with this mouse here. It's really putting pressure on her, and
it is. Look, it's so hard.
And make her do the hard work, and
it's really hard when you get the copycats, when you get that. And look, God, I've had so much of this worldwide, and it is really stressful when you have something unique that other people just want to take, and without the effort, without the thing. I've had people try and duplicate my cards, my charm collections and everything, you know. And I think the hardest thing is too, most people think and see me and know me as T, as in a T reader. I couldn't read a tarot card to save myself, but like I know how to do ribbon reading, and most people have never heard of ribbon reading, but ribbon reading is all based upon a certain set of colours, and we use 16. And I know numerology. I don't know jack shit about astrology, and but yeah, so this is the thing. So I know all about people trying to duplicate what you do and the rivals. And yeah, I get it all the time, and it's really upsetting at the time, and then you have to step back from it. And other people will say, oh, copycat is flattery, and I think, no, that's just bullshit. They're just evil so-and-sos. And that's the hardest part, is dealing with that when you are in business. And I've got there's a lovely question here from a lady called Joy Rico. She lost her dear mum 5 years ago, and she still misses her every day. And 5 years, it's not a long time when you think about it. And she just wants to know, is there any messages from her mum in spirit? And this is where, again, we love this, Matt, when we look at spirits.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. So, Wilma, is there any message for Joy Rico from her mum?
Mm.
You're
And
welcome, Tasha.
how often do we get, are there messages from spirit?
Oh,
Question.
we get that a lot. We get that a lot, and
I don't remember a whole lot in the last
yeah,
year.
I get
Yeah,
a
I
lot.
don't remember getting a lot either. This seems
Yeah,
like
we
something
got a lot.
that's
It's
It
funny
seems
that we got a lot today. Yeah.
yeah. Today we
So
did this.
yeah,
It's good. This is really good.
well, it's interesting
We'll
because
put Wilma to work.
it's interesting the way the session started, because I felt like we were going to be, it's like, are we going to get some spirit stuff going on? Not in a
Yeah,
bad,
that's true. You
not the ring, but you know, um, oh, um, look at that. A message from your mother. You have the angel on Rose. I mean, I can't get any clearer than that. That is a beautiful, beautiful symbol.
mother or grandmother, yeah, mother
And
figure.
it's literally the mother symbol, and it's also a symbol of love, of pure love. And with the angel, you know, the rose is often a symbol of love, gratitude, gift, and the mother herself. And then put the angel on that, and it's literally unconditional love. I'm guiding you. I'm always with you. And it also reminds me of the Holy Mother herself as well. So I don't know if you're Catholic, but if you are, that may fit. And then again, in terms of a message from your mother, the first charm landed on the actual woman. So I don't know if your mother was somebody who was into her fashion, or if the person some way fits about your mother, whether she carried things in her bag, she shared fashion, things like this. But and also, you know, it's kind of one of those things that reminds me of like mothers will always be there for you and for your baggage, no matter what you do, no matter what you go through. You can tell her, or you can tell your mother, you can tell your mother anything, and they're always there, and your baggage is safe with them. You have the labyrinth on the ring one. So again, to me, it's a symbol of guides, meditation, and following your path and your direction. Number one speaks of path, direction, taking, you know, taking initiative. The ring goes around, it's meditation. So to me here, that you're, you know, possibly even active meditation. Okay, take a deep breath. Do you, I hope this, I don't know if this, but I'm going to say this anyway because that's the way I believe. If it comes to you, say it. But I'm going to say this first. Meditate in order to connect to her. Meditate. Active meditation. I don't know if active meditation makes sense to you. Walking in nature, but I honestly flash back to mother-daughter walking this race. Take a deep breath and please put down your tea. We don't want anybody spitting or. But I had a flash on the beach in a summer's eve commercial. Mom, I have that feeling. And I don't obviously not, so I'm not trying to say your mom wants you to use summer's eve, but I think it's really Aaron, I told you to put down the tape. Um, I, but I think it's more about that connection and, you know, that trust. Going back to the baggage, it's, you can say anything to me. I'm always here for you. You can say anything. There's that ultimate connection. But it also reminds me of walking on the beach, looking for seashells, things like that, looking for signs and finding those things. And if you're wondering where I get the actual looking for seashells, it's in the rock or in the diamond in the ring. You have the world on the number 4. The 4 is about the family. It's about boundaries, structure, and the world. So to me, it's like there is no time, there is no space, there is no distance. Again, where it's you don't have to be in a specific place to connect to her. She's always there. You're always connected. She's always moving. You know, like spirit is not contained. Um, it's everywhere. It's connected. So you're always together. She's always with you. She's never going to leave your side, is the impression I'm getting here. You also have the puzzle piece and the music note between the teacup and the bells. It's also near the number 7. Again, I don't know if you're religious or spiritual, but 7 is a very spiritual number. It's a very heavenly number. It's the number of creation from the Bible. And you have that puzzle piece. So it feels like there's a spirituality puzzle piece being put together. I'm not sure how it relates to you, but there's some sort of connection. It feels like putting the piece together, putting the final piece together, but there's some sort of connection that's going to make sense to you and that's going to be harmonized. And it's kind of a double symbol here because you have the bells and then the music note. So it's almost like ding, 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 that's it. I get it. Look for that message. I didn't realize that this bird cage was here until just now. It was completely invisible to me, and I'm just seeing it. It's between the heart and the house, very close to the heart. So it's almost like guard your heart. Again, keep your boundaries, keep your values close to you. Especially with your communication. Don't be a caged bird, but also don't put up with anything that you shouldn't, because she values who you are and thinks that you should value yourself as you deserve. You deserve to be taken care of. You deserve to be held on a higher pedestal. Birds have different levels to their environment. They like to be up higher, on the branches.
Kind of like spreading her wings and fly. Something seems like it's holding her back, maybe.
What about you guys?
The first thing I saw with the rose, I'm wondering if she has a grandmother in spirit too, because it's almost like her mother's let her know, I'm with your grandmother, I'm with another mother figure. But that bird cage sticks out for me. It kind of makes me feel like her wings are tied, like she's feeling trapped maybe. Right now the mother wants her to spread her wings and kind of like explore whatever it may be, what she's talking about. Maybe there's something that she wants to do or a relationship that she needs to kind of be free from. And that brings me to the cards I pulled. I don't know if she's married or in a relationship, or this could have nothing to do with a relationship, but this sword makes me feel like some kind of separation going on, whether it's a relationship or separated from something else. I don't know. It kind of looks like something she's going through a hard time right now. Her mother's saying it's going to be okay. Another opportunity is going to open. But I love the horse right here because that's about quick messages. So there's no doubt in my mind that her mother's trying to give her messages.
Okay, hang on, I was just writing a comment here.
Wow, amazing, the grave showing up there.
Yeah.
That's a little.
Yeah, messages from the grave.
Mm-hmm. It is, isn't it? Interesting. It's only a bird in the cage. I always feel like is a trapped voice. Yeah. So,
here I go back to my cartoons.
Yeah.
But
hang on. What am I? Okay, what have I got? Oops, there. Rose, again, mother. Dog there would tell me again she's restful in spirit. When I see a dog means again peace. And the tunnel there would tell me that it's almost like she's trying to tell you it's okay to step forward and see light. This tunnel is about light is coming to you, and it's important that you step out of shadows to feel this light. And Rose there would tell me she is at peace. So you may be feeling sad every day, but I'd still look at this here, that she's still showing you light every day as well. So don't be afraid to look at light.
I'm wondering if the tunnel, if her mother's gonna show herself.
It could be. It may be the sign.
Yeah, maybe an apparition or a orb or something, like show herself.
Yeah, literally a light source.
Yeah.
So
the lights
I better wrap it up because I do have clients coming soon. Otherwise, I'm not going to be ready.
Yeah, it's almost 3 hours. I got to wrap it up too.
I know. I didn't realize that, and I'm thinking, oh my God,
all the fun we're having.
It is.
So,
I'm with you guys.
Yeah.
Wilma's past her bedtime by 3 hours. She goes to sleep with the chickens.
Yeah. So,
I don't know. I felt very comfortable with you girls. I love reading with both of you.
Yeah.
I love it too. I'm glad we're all together.
Yeah, so no, I was just saying to Sweet 68P was talking about with people and copying and so forth, and that's why I just typed the comment up. And the thing is that people think, and they're misguided, and they think online, they'll look up and say, what can I do to avoid copyright? And Google will say in various things, oh, change it 10%, you'll be fine, or change it 30%, you'll be fine. No one's ever going to know. It's a very complicated legal structure, and the reason I know this is because I've had this happen to me many times, not just once, and I have a whole team of legal trademarks and lawyers in place because of what I do was so different, so unique. And it's like even the mat that Wilma was using there, that was a massive amount of experience, time, thought processes that went into that mat. The astrology side there, Wilma was the one who actually worked out all the astrology house traits and the designing and things like that as well. So, you know, we had to work there, and this is not just to protect my alphabet mat, I call it, but it's also too some of the other work there that other people have had the input with. And it's cost me, I don't know how many thousands, small mortgage it would be to most people. But I'm very much righteous about protecting people's works, and it's not just my own. There's like Tira Marchetti, who does the Norman cards and tarot decks and something, and he too has had so many people plagiarize what he does, his style, his works, and so on. And I always say to people, there are eyes everywhere, and their eyes are often in the most obscure places where people don't know. And so when any of you guys see something that is you're not feeling quite right, it's like if I see something there in a fake book or whatever of Tiro Marchetti's, I'll actually send him a message or an email and say, you know, I've found this, and I've given him links. And it's really important that others also try and protect original indie artists and so on. So, you know, and that's why it is really, really important to have the voice. And so I always say, all the more spotters out there for not just mine, but anyone else's that you see as well.
Absolutely.
So,
Friendly, please don't buy
and
AliExpress because they're counterfeit.
Yep, Ambush. I know it's a lot of Ambush.
Report them. You know, it's hurting the deck creators, and the deck creators are not making a ton of money off these decks. They're not famous people living in big houses getting royalties like Stephen King off decks. It's just very long time before you
and it's people's assumptions. They think that, you know, oh, they're all right, they get all this, they get all that. Royalties from publishers, it's actually insane. And I know publishers in the US that say you had a deck of cards and you had them published by a big name publisher throughout the US, they only give 10% royalties of the what do you call it? The trade price or the buy price that stores get, the wholesale. They don't get 10% of what you pay for a deck. You know, say you pay $25 for a deck of Lenormand cards. The author of those, if they are published through a big publisher, they only get about 80 cents a deck. And you stop and do the numbers on that. And I think this is the problem where people are misguided in a lot of that.
A lot of publishers want you also to pay as an author. So you have to pay $5,000 to $8,000 just to have your cards published, and you're not getting anything back until all those cards sell.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Your favorite YouTubers, your favorite authors that, you know, as famous people because everybody knows them. Even people in the industry. I mean, it happens in all the industries.
Yeah.
You know, we know think of them as celebrities, or everybody knows their name, and meanwhile they're sitting at home like, you know, kind of crying into their jar going, I'm so well known, but I don't have
no, it doesn't work like that.
I mean, I don't want to say everybody's home crying or anything, but I mean, but no, we're just because people know your name, we're not, honestly, I think there's more money in YouTube ads than there is in deck publishing.
Oh, absolutely.
Or
There is.
publishing.
The greatest compliment you can give to an author or just a reader in general is just give them credit for their work.
Absolutely.
Anybody. It doesn't even have to be a reader. It can be a whole different skill or job for them. But give credit. Give credit where it's due.
Yeah. No. Well, I better wrap that up because my
I
phone's
gotta go.
rock. But anyway, thanks everybody for joining us, and be safe wherever you are.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.